Hello and welcome everyone. This is Professor Siddharth Surana. I hope you guys are doing good. मैं तो हमेशा मस्ती रहता हूँ. Welcome to a new phase in the income tax law of the country. Why? Why? हाँ. First people in the history to learn Income Tax Act 2025. Correct है? Fantastic. I welcome all the students who are attending online. All the qualified chartered accountants, past students, and some officers of the income tax department who have decided to not take offline lectures because it is very awkward for them, but to take online or recorded lectures. Welcome. And all the students who are attending offline, welcome, because you guys have basically decided to nullify the biggest myth in CA studies, that final में तो online, recorded. Obviously you studied FR AFM most likely online, and you already know your level of productivity. Relatable है ना? ठीक है. Fantastic. Welcome all of you all. Today's lecture majorly is going to be in the nature of an introduction. There are a lot of things that you should be knowing before we actually have commencement. Okay. Is the screen visible? What I have written, is that visible to you? Okay. Sorry about the technical interruption. 5 minutes इधर ही रुकना. Today's lecture, as I said, will be majorly in the nature of an introduction, because this is the new Income Tax Act. What exactly does it comprise of? What are the things that you have to study? There are so many people who have put up so many videos about the new Income Tax Act. This has changed, that has changed. You know, when you watch videos of 30 seconds, you don't get full knowledge only from 30 seconds. You need things in detail, especially because you are going to implement this income tax law for other people also. If I am the first person who has to study the new Income Tax Act, then only you will understand. And if you understand, then the rest of the country will understand. So unless and until we are crystal clear about everything which is written in the new law, we will not be able to help the economy. And you are no longer CA intermediate student. This is the next level of your career. Iske aage there is no classroom coaching that can take place for. This is the last and final. I believe your all other subjects are audit baki. All other subjects are over. You are not going to get any classroom coaching with respect to anything hereafter. समझा? Introduction में habit है इसके लिए I do it. Every batch that I go, wherever I go, I do it. I also see some new. What's your name? Ask why I asked only 2 of your. Siddhi. Guess करो. हाँ. Hello. Check. हाँ. क्यों? ऐसे. I know the names of everyone else. ठीक है, चलेगा, no problem. सुनो, ladies and gentlemen, for the benefit of these students who are new, my name is CA Siddharth Surana. चल यार अभी ठीक है, थैंक यू. ओके. आई एम अ क्वालिफाइड चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट. विश्वास है? नहीं. कौन बोला नहीं? क्वालिफाइड. You have this very soon. Qualified chartered accountant. I have been teaching for the last in August. अभी technical मत होना because we are still in July. August में I will be completing 16 years In the CA, in the CA coaching profession, I am the first faculty in the country who started online live lectures. I am the first faculty in the country who started recorded lectures. I am the first faculty in the country who started lectures in two languages: North Indian students Hindi language, South Indian students English language. When you learn the law at intermediate level, you can use massive amount of Hindi to learn the law, because if you learn the law in English, you first have to understand the English, then you have to understand the law. But the moment you reach this level of professionalism, tell me one income tax return or GST return or one ROC return that you have filed which was in Gujarati, Marathi, Marwadi, Kannada, Tamil, Telugu, Hindi. No. To the extent possible, see, students at this level find subjects like audit, direct tax very, very difficult. Audit mein everyone fails. Just imagine, recent exam ka example I am giving you. May 26, AFM was one paper about which everyone was creating nuisance immediately after the exam. And there is one person who got 99 in AFM. There is one person. There are people who got in 90s. People got exemptions. Now you check mark sheet of those people. They haven't scored marks in audit. Audit ke bare mein to no one said anything. So kyun? Because you think you know it, but when it comes to writing your answers in exam, it has to be the language which ICAI wants. You can't write these answers in your own language. And the only way in which it is possible is try to have as much conversation as possible in English language. I am not making a point that English is a measurement of intelligence. No. But the law is written in English language. You have to understand what is written in the law in the English language. You have to give your interviews in the English language. Post qualification work you have to do, whichever field you choose, audit, tax, finance, plenty of areas where chartered accountants are required. Every sector in the industry you need a chartered accountant. Wherever you go, you will have to use this language. So we will be majorly English oriented. Whenever you don't understand a complicated concept, language will not be a barrier. Don't worry about it. You understand this much English now. Final ka students, you need to develop this habit. It is my suggestion. I know you're not going to listen, but whenever you have conversations amongst yourself, even if it is a casual conversation, and because most of your conversations are unrelated, unwanted, only time pass, but at least do that also in English. This is the only way in which you can develop that skill. फिर income tax. Hello. हाँ, तो 2 languages के अंदर I have been doing lectures. I also write books on direct taxes. 5 books for CA final, 2 books for intermediate. Intermediate में which 2 books I gave you, you already are aware of that. 5 books which I will give you as a part of your CA final batch. Also, I will tell you about those books as well in due course. ये correct है? Everyone, one of the biggest areas of our focus throughout the batch is going to be not just to learn the sections, but to understand the reason behind the section, the logic behind the section, the history. Wherever possible, we will try to learn the corresponding section of the old act also. That is how you will be able to relate no new act, old act. Today, if I say section 156, you have no idea. But if I say section 87A, you have no idea. 87A? That is 156 now. चल एक बात बता, 111 है, 112, 112 है क्या? कैपिटल गेन्स? हेलो, ये भगवान, सॉरी, हाँ, प्लीज टेल मी, 111 है, 112, 112 है कैपिटल गेन्स? कौन सा? विच कैपिटल गेन्स? शॉर्ट टर्म स्टॉक मार्केट 111 है, लॉन्ग टर्म स्टॉक मार्केट 112 है, long term other than stock market 112. See if this statement is relatable to you. Short term capital gain will be taxable at special rate only if it is earned on stock market. Hello. Long term capital gain will always be taxable at special rate whether stock market or outside of stock market. That is 196, 197, 198 now. Now what if I tell you that inside the section, most of the new law is a copy paste. They have used better words that anyone can understand. Like starting mein aisa hoga, notwithstanding anything contained anywhere in any provision, that is called a non-obstanted clause in law. Hey Bhagwan, law. Notwithstanding anything contained anywhere in any other law. Non-obstanted clause matlab I am bigger than anything else. If I have to keep it in simple language, that this provision will override everything else in the law. What is that called in law? Non-obstanted clause. How will that start? The words notwithstanding, bhari language. New law says irrespective of anything contained anywhere. Jama. These are, subtle changes. Having said that, there are some chapters which have completely changed. A chapter like salary completely changed. All your exemptions like gratuity, pension, etc., they are now not exemptions. They are now going to be deductions. Like you have entertainment allowance, standard deduction. Gratuity, pension ka we don't have exemption anymore. We have deductions. I'm just giving you a brief overview of the changes that have taken place. Congratulations. Salary, house, property were never a part of CA final syllabus. You're like, harsh, sir. Inter में 18, final में only 16 में 37 chapters. The only things that are removed are salary and house property. You have all the other three heads of income. You have clubbing, you have set off, you have deductions. And when it comes to salary, house property, that also they ask, even if it is not in the syllabus. Kaise? They will give you a SSC having foreign income. The final hai, so they will be keeping questions on international tax. Foreign income hai, some local income. You have to calculate double taxation relief. We have a chapter on that. It is from the first 5 chapters. I have provided the PDF to you. Sir, full syllabus as a PDF se nahi hoega. You will get hard copy books. Okay. I'll talk about study material in some time. So no. It is possible that between domestic income and foreign income, there is some salary income. Question expects you to calculate at least the standard deduction. House property mein, they will not ask. Wahi baki tha. They will not ask a question on income from house property, but they will say rent received in a foreign country. You have to use your common sense to answer. Acha, at least 30% standard deduction. Standard deduction same hai. 30% of house property. Salary ka old regime mein 50,000, new regime 75,000. Section numbers have changed. Lol, salary ka to section number also has not changed. Charging section is 15. So what they have done is all the unwanted sections which were redundant. Some sections were deleted. Supposingly there is one section 100, 101, 102. 101 was abolished. 100 hai, 102 hai, 104 hai, because beach ka sections are abolished. So they have aligned all the sections. You don't have alphabets. So PGBP ka chapter now starts at 26. Earlier it was 28 charging section. 26, section numbers have reduced. House property 22 has become 20. PGBP ka 28 has become 26. Capital gain used to start at 45. That will start at 67. Q sir, PGBP 35, 35 ABA, ABB 35 D, DDA 35 E. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Books of accounts, audit, presumptive taxation, 44 AA, 44 AB, 44 AD, AE, ADA. And these were sections that were a part of your earlier syllabus. We have presumptive taxation for non-resident assessees. Final mein international tax. So you have 44B, BB, BBA, BBB, BBC, BBD. So line-wise section. So if you go for a brief overview, you will find that the new income tax almost resembles the old income tax except restructuring of section numbers. But when you start reading inside, you will come across some subtle changes that have taken place. 2-3 changes I would like to put before you, even before we actually commence. Reality check them. Sir, we were very, very happy when we studied intermediate. That is the reason behind your presence here. Biggest myth, कि final में everyone will go online. वो तो crack हो गया. Some went online and then later realized नहीं सर पढ़ाई नहीं होती. And we are going to repeat our exemptions in final also. This time full credit I will take because 100 marks. And those who missed the exemption party last time, next time guarantee say you have to come. Guarantee say you have to commit today itself that you have to come. Slight margin say there were some people who missed. Coincidentally, most of you all were there. Almost all of you all were there. But some did miss. Abhi nahi hoga. Not anymore. So subtle changes. I want to see whether you remember the old provision. For example, presumptive. At least residents ka to you studied, no. 44 AD, ADA, AE, business, profession, transporter. They have been merged into one section 58. Table में business, profession, transporter, column wise. Third column में they have given calculation. Calculation is same, 6%, 8% for business, 50% for profession. Transporter का heavy vehicle, light vehicle के हिसाब से. Calculation is same. But subtle change. One of the subsections of that section. One section they have covered all three. One of the subsections says, if you take presumptive, no deduction of any loss, allowance, any set off under any provisions of the act will be allowed. It looks like the same as the earlier law because earlier law said what? No adjustment from section 30 to 43B. Once you apply presumptive ka rate, so PGBP ka adjustments will not take place. It looks same. It is not same. Because this time they are not mentioning PGBP ka sections under any provisions of the act. Matlab PGBP presumptive income ki. That always has to be income. It can't be a loss. Presumptive mein it can't be a loss. You are applying percentage on turnover. House property mein there can be SOP loss. I can't set off. Can I have another business where I have not taken PGBP? Sorry, I have not taken presumptive. Inter-source adjustment not allowed. Gross total income में से chapter 6 से deduction. PGBP में से we get chapter 6 से. Special rate के against we don't get chapter 6. By the way, chapter 6 has become chapter 8. We won't get those deductions. That means if you take presumptive against the PGBP calculated, you can't minus any rupee. A secret way of forcing you into the new regime. People are not taking the new regime even now, despite the lollipop of 12 lakh rupees. 12 lakh rupees is another scam, which we will discuss in our introduction chapter only. Because final ka batch starts with tax rates. First chapter we will be learning tax rate. First chapter ka PDF I have sent you. If you've opened, you must have seen. The biggest law of life is that act new hai, rate same. First time in my career of 16 years as a teacher, I have seen no change in tax slabs. मतलब November 26 का tax rates and May 27 का tax rates है. Act is different. Tax rates same. Obviously, the tax rates are different from what you studied when you were in intermediate. Between last year and current year, there is no change. But is there old regime also? Old regime ka tax rates hai. Bro, I'll tell you very clearly, whatever tax rates I taught you in intermediate in the old regime, exact same, no change in the last 5 years. Every year they were changing. New regime ka rates. So when I taught November 23 students, it was 250, 250 to 5 lakh, 5 to 750, 250, 250 ka slab. When I taught the May 24, the Jan 25 students, it was 3 lakh ka slab, 0 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 9. Today it is 4 lakh ka slab. We'll talk about it. But subtle changes have taken place. For example, income from other sources. There is an income called dividend. Dividend of shareholders taxable under IFOS. Against dividend, we had a permissible deduction of interest expense incurred for the purpose of earning dividend. No other expense will be allowed. Matlab, if I have borrowed money for investment in shares, possible. Dividend income minus interest expense. Restriction is maximum 20% of the income. The new law, if you want to learn or read out that, if you want me to read out that line, the new law says no deduction of any expense will be allowed against dividend income. No deduction. Matlab gross dividend will be taxable without allowing any expenditure. For example, definition of relative. Gift received from relative is exempt. Relative includes, your brother, sister, your brother and sister of parents, spouse, as long as it is your own spouse. Ye lineal ascendant and descendant. Correct? Lineal ascendant matlab father, grandfather, great grandfather. Descendant matlab children, grandchildren. They are relatives. Gift received from relative is exempt. The old law was silent about one thing, but the new law makes clear specific mention. Lineal ascendant bracket mein maternal and paternal. English is a very funny language also. There is acute shortage of words in this language. So every random person walking on the road is uncle. You want to abuse someone, you struggle, but maximum you can speak is one word only. Come to Hindi. See the variety. So the law did not make specific mention of your mother's side relatives. Now in the new law they have made such mention. What I am trying to make you understand in the very first lecture is that overview mein you will feel kya it is the same law, but when you go and read the fine reading of the law, you will realize there are plenty of differences in the old law and the new law. And along with that, why that change took place, because don't forget the statement hasn't changed over the years. Logic se bada kuch bhi. Logic se bada kuch nahi hai. Even today our focus is going to be not just what is written in the law, but why. Because we want to create a culture where you are not learning the law in the class, where you can actually go and explain this law to other people. Just give me my share if you get something from that explanation. Income from other sources. Samjha? Ladies and gentlemen, that's about me. Baki, the one who said, sir, am I a CA? Nahi sir, lagta nahi hai, check karke. Akshay, mere ko malum hai, tu hi bol. Chal, let's go ahead. The second point, those attending online, remember one thing. If you ever attend online, it is mandatory to keep your video on. I'll come to that part also. Anyone keeping video for more than 5 minutes will be put in the waiting room. Okay? Abhi mera introduction chal raha hai, isliye I'm not saying anything. Let's focus on the subject and the syllabus. Certain things I already told you. You know one thing, that you have to study the New Income Tax Act. And you all are the first people in history to learn the New Income Tax Act. But what if I tell you your subject ka name is not income tax? Your subject ka name is direct tax laws and international taxation. Module का plastic cover open करके देख. What is written on the नहीं cover भी मत हो. Cover page के ऊपर क्या? अच्छा module in. It does not make sense also, because we have the pressure of creating study material immediately. Institute को pressure नहीं. Institute will release module in December. You give May exam. उनका problem नहीं. It is not their problem. They will release late. But we never depended on ICAI for our study material, because it is a law. It is published by the government. We know what they can ask, what they cannot. This is where experience helps. Samjha? So please focus. Income Tax Act is not the only thing that you have to study in your syllabus. It is direct tax. You have two laws. Let me talk about the other one. It is very small. We have a law called the Black Money Act 2015. This is nickname. The full name of the law is the Black Money, Undisclosed Foreign Income and Asset and Imposition of Tax Act. Srinivasana Trichipalli Ekke Param Pile Param Batura Chinna Swami Muttu Swami Venugopala Iyer. The Black Money, Undisclosed Foreign Income and Asset and Imposition of Tax Act 2015. Just a few minutes about this right now. If you are a resident, you have to pay tax on your global income. That provision does not change even in the new law. That was never going to change. Globally, there are two principles of levy of tax. Principle of residence. Resident will have to pay tax on world income. Principle of source. If you are a non-resident, still, if the source of income is in India, you will have to pay tax on that. Ye correct hai? Principle of residence, principle of source. If you are a resident and you have foreign income, it is compulsory for you to file income tax return. Section 139(1) of the old act, section 263(1) of the new act. Starting a few lectures, I will be making cross references of mention of section numbers, at least the ones which were there in your syllabus, for you to, relate to them. And in return, if your reaction is, sir, हमको वैसे कौन सा याद है, that if you tell me 139(1) today, how will I remember? So after a point, you tell me, sir, stop mentioning old act ka section number. I am okay with that also. 139(1) return filing. 263 in the new act says filing of return is compulsory if you have foreign income, and declare that foreign income. If you have any foreign income or if you have foreign asset, those who are filing income tax returns in office now will understand what I am saying. Those who are doing dummy articleship will not understand. तो रोज ऐसे जाता है क्या ऑफिस? एवरीवन इज वंडरिंग ये कौन सा फॉर्म है सर, ट्रांसफर मिलेगा क्या? अच्छा, देयर इज नो एंड टाइम, स्टार्ट टाइम इज 11:30. फैंटास्टिक. सो अभी 3 महीने तक नेवर टेल मी के सर ऑनलाइन आऊंगा, नेवर टेल मी के सर ऑफिस में जाना है, नेवर टेल मी दैट इन द नेक्स्ट 3 months. ठीक है, आई वांट 100% अटेंडेंस, वो बिफोर टाइम. हाँ चलेगा. सुनो, दोज हु फाइल इनकम टैक्स रिटर्न्स इन ऑफिस विल probably understand what I am saying. Whenever we file income tax return of anyone, there is a special page, foreign assets. Declare all your foreign assets. And till date, you have written not applicable for all your clients, because just like us, our clients are extremely garib. They don't have assets in India. Where is the question of having assets outside India? And therefore, till date, every time you filled that sheet, you did not write anything. You just said schedule not applicable. But if you have a foreign asset, you have to write it in the schedule. Failure will become a case of the Black Money Act. And if you are caught under the Black Money Act, तो bro, तेरी तो लग गई. You are gone. Any income caught under the Black Money Act will be taxable at a rate of 30%. So you are gone. 30 तो sir after 10 lakh in the old regime, after 24 lakh. Bro, Black Money Act has not come for money collection. Black Money Act has come to collect you. Sir, matlab, the tax rate is only 30%. But Black Money Act has jail tenure, which can go to roughly 40 to 45 years. If caught and prosecuted under the Black Money Act, you will be in jail for about approximate 45 years. You all are in your early 20s right now. Most of your, other than the the exceptional cases, the past students etc., unko they are exceptions. I'm talking about this batch is majorly oriented towards the CA final exams. Other people want to learn this so that they can understand the new act. Black Money Act free mein mil raha because it is in your syllabus. Have you done any tax evasion in your early 20s? Tax evasion, sir, pehle income articleship stipend में if you start doing tax evasion, क्या हुआ? हंसी आ गया. आर्टिकलशिप के स्टाइपेंड के पैसे से टैक्स इवेशन होता है. समटाइम्स aren't you ashamed of yourself के एक काल उधर वाला लाइट चालू करना प्लीज. बस, थैंक यू. छोड़ो, वैसे भी it will start when it has to. I will not waste time. Please pay attention. You have not evaded any taxes. Correct me if I am wrong. Hello? You will start earning real, genuine income in your late 20s. Provided you listen to what your teachers, seniors are saying. Seniors matlab qualified seniors who are guiding you correctly. If you listen to those seniors who themselves are not clearing since 5 attempts, तो नहीं चलेगा. Late 20s में, I guarantee you, bro, at least those who have been in touch with me for the last 3 years, non-stop touch with me, under mentorship with respect to where to go for articleship, where not to. Whenever anybody has approached me because I treated my students as my kids, especially intermediate. Whenever it was required, I assisted without expecting anything in return. So if you follow my instructions, starting salary minimum 10 to 12 lakh का guarantee I am taking. Starting annual, starting salary 10 to 12 lakh का guarantee annual. I guess you are okay with that also because you are working at 10,000 per month. Some are like वो भी नहीं, 10 भी नहीं. Even small mid-sized firms have started giving 10 per month. मतलब if they are not giving that much, मतलब you are, या तो they are very flexible that you come only for 5 hours and you can go home and chill. So that means you did not take articleship decision correctly or you did not ask the right person before taking the decision. मेरे से पूछा ना, चल लायर. अबे फेस पे झूठ नहीं बोलना होता है. हाँ, तो ladies and gentlemen, you will not be evading taxes even when you are earning 12 lakh. But if you work 4-5 years very sincerely, seriously, मजाक नहीं कर रहा हूं, CA course has got no upper limit. In 5-6 years, you can go beyond 50 lakh, possibly beyond 1 crore also. It depends on what you have done in these 5 years. So in your 30s, you will start evading taxes. My current thing is not to make you understand कि when you will reach what tax bracket. You will start evading taxes. Anybody will start evading taxes when you start earning lot of income. वो 30s में होता है. 20s में you try to settle, you don't have lot of income. 30s में income, you'll start evading. You'll get caught in your 40s. By the time the case is heard and the punishment is announced, you will be in your 50s, and in your 50s you have gone to jail for 45 years. In the name of the Father and of the Amen. Hello, do you understand? That is black money. Chal yaar, that is black money act for. So you all understood what you have to study in the Black Money Act. What is the orientation of that law? It's a part of your syllabus. We are going to have roughly 70 lectures. See, we have started on the 1st of July. My promised commitment date is 30th of September. I know somewhere at the back of my mind I am going to finish by 25th. I know that. But my commitment is 30. Samjha? Suno. The last lecture, 2 hours, Black Money Act. For the remaining part of our entire batch and syllabus, we have to study the left part of what is visible on the screen. क्या? TDS? सुबह? क्या? Black Money Act, last lecture, 2 hours के अंदर it will get over. Rest of our batch, we will be learning only and only Income Tax Act 2025. Let us understand how this Income Tax Act, a brief idea about what is your syllabus, because your syllabus is not just the act. In the new Income Tax Act, we have 536 sections. The old act had roughly 920-30 sections. Abhi old act ka last section was 298. That section 298 है तो ऐसा, how can there be 800-900 sections? Because वही 44 AA, AB, AD, AE वैसा. The new law has, without using alphabets, fresh numbering of sections. So 536 sections. Obviously, we have to learn them, except those things which are not in CA final syllabus. For example, salary house property ka section. Now we don't have to study. But in principle, we have 536 sections. After the sections get over, they have divided in 23 chapters. Chapters matlab not our textbook ka chapter. Textbook has 37 chapters. Act mein chapters matlab chapter 1 basic concepts, all the definitions and Chapter 2 is residential status. Chapter 3 is exempt income, incomes not forming a part of total income. This is chapter numbering of act. Chapter 4, guess karna. Hint. Chapter 4 has 5 subparts, 4A, 4B, 4C, 4D, 4E. The 5 heads of income. Chapter 5 is income of other person includable in the assessee's income. Clubbing. Chapter 6 is set off and carry forward of 7 नहीं, chapter 6 is your आपका aggregation of income, unexplained cash credit, unexplained income. 7 is set off, आपका chapter 8 is your deductions. तो वैसे they have created 23 chapters. In our textbook we have split them over 37 chapters. After these 23 chapters, मतलब 536 sections get over, then they have given schedules, 16 schedules. One smart thing that they have done in the new income tax act is they have reduced the clutter. Sir, वो English घिच पिच clutter. They have eliminated the clutter. मतलब section 2 in the old act had definitions. Any law में section 2 only has definitions. Hello? In the new act, they have kept definitions in section 2, but very limited things. Things which are used in the entire act, uska definitions they have kept in section 2. Things which are chapter specific. For example, there is something which is required only in charitable trust chapter. So in charitable trust chapter, they have added one extra section, interpretation of various terms used in this chapter. So that वो chapter के terms का definition के लिए separate section in that chapter itself. So what is given in section 2? Those definitions which we need throughout the act. So every chapter, almost every chapter, you will find one section, interpretation. Interpretation मतलब terms used in this chapter का definition. You understood this? One more thing that you will find in the schedules here is that instead of cluttering the act again, a lot of things they have written in the schedule. मतलब क्या? Exempt income, section 10, long list of exemptions. Instead of creating a section, writing everything in the section of the act, section 11 हो गया, they have written incomes will be exempt as given in schedule 2, schedule 3, schedule 4, schedule 5, schedule 6, schedule 7. मतलब where will we give the list? Schedule में. Act को free रखें. Act में clutter. Data is that only. So whatever was written in earlier section 10 is now copied in the schedule. Agriculture income. Section 11 does not say anything. Section 11 says income will be exempt as per schedule 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go read schedule 2, schedule 3. वहां पे लिखा है agriculture income, rent or revenue from land in India used for agricultural purposes. Share of profit received by partner from firm. Share of profit received by member from HUF. They have written the same things in the schedule. So whichever section we have to study, if the cross reference of that section is in the schedule, then we have to go and learn the schedule also. Not all schedules are required. Exam के लिए. For real life work, you need to do everything. We have 335 rules. Respected Honorable Finance Minister Ma'am introduced Income Tax Act last year in the Parliament. It was approved and it was assented by the President somewhere in the month of August last year. In the Finance Act of 2026, Finance Minister made an announcement that with respect to the new act, the rules and forms will be notified shortly. Sir, what are rules and forms? We have discussed this in intermediate also, but I give you the benefit of doubt of not remembering. The act will always tell you what to do. The rules will tell you how to do. Act will be made by the Parliament. So whether Income Tax Act में you have 536 sections or 500 sections or old act में 900 sections or old act to be replaced or new act to be brought, that will be introduced by the government in the Parliament, passed by Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, assent of the President. The rules are given by the father, daddy, papa, abbu, achan, papa, pitashri, baba, vadil. What else do you say? Have I missed anything? Of Income Tax Department. Who is the father of Income Tax Department? Sir, why? This is in your syllabus, but later in the syllabus. Any circular, any notification, any announcement by CBDT has to be complied from top to bottom. Every officer in the Income Tax Department, senior most is Chief Commissioner, junior most is Inspector. Any instruction of CBDT has to be complied by every single income tax authority from top to bottom. CBDT has made rules. For example, the act says file your TDS statements, but we have two questions. Sir, by what date I should file? Where and how and in what form I should file? So the old act gave us forms like form 24Q, form 26. Dummies. Form numbers have changed. In the budget, finance minister made an announcement. We will be notifying the new role, the new rules and the new forms shortly. She has announced these rules. Something as simple as act will say value your perquisite. How to value the perquisite, that is given in the rules. Act will say when your turnover crosses a certain threshold, then tax audit is mandatory. What is going to be the form of tax audit report? You will not have the form 3CB, 3CD anymore. Form numbers are going to change. Something as simple as your TDS ka form 16, form 16A, 16B, they are also going to change now. So they have changed all this. You are not supposed to learn rules as far as they are concerned. For examination purposes, rules are not required. Real life understanding के लिए wherever it is required, it will be taken care of. And to understand some sections, if rule ka knowledge is required, it will be taken care of. Wherever it is required, I have put that in the books. That will be given to you. Is that clear? Next, along with this, because subject is not Income Tax Act. Subject is direct tax laws and international taxation. There are circulars and notifications which come time and again. You know, you need to, for office purposes, you need to have knowledge of everything. But for exam purposes, they ask questions on the circulars and notifications that have come in the last 1 year, last 6 months, recent ones. You have to study them. And you have to study some case laws. Now a big question arises. Come on, be an intelligent student and ask me a question. I am saying we will be learning case laws. You should immediately interrupt and point out, sir, kya bol rahe ho, pagal ho kya? Don't say pagal ho kya. Just point out the mistake. If I am saying we will be doing case laws, point out something surprising. Come on. Act naya hai to how can there be case laws? Act naya hai to how can there be case law? Do you understand the genuineness of the question? First time you are learning Income Tax Act. So how can there be case laws? And this answer is hidden in the last section of the new act. Ladies and gentlemen, kya mast faculty. How is he starting the new Income Tax Act? Last sections. We are, first time in your life you are learning Income Tax Act 2025. Let's start with the last section. 536 sections hai, so section 536 last year. Last section, repeal and savings. Point number 1 written in section 536. The Income Tax Act 1961 is hereby repealed. English. I told you, no, that once you come to final, you need to have this much basic understanding of the law in English language, then only you will perform good. And wherever the term gets complicated for you, don't worry, I will give you the simple meaning. Abolished, deleted, removed is repealed. Yes, makes sense. The Income Tax Act 1961 is hereby abolished. Subsection 2. Yeah, point number 2. Something. All assessments, reassessments, search proceedings, notices of all the past years till 25-26 will be proceeded with in accordance with Income Tax Act 1961 only. So today when you will file return in office now, abhi July ka month is going on. If you are disciplined, if you are sincere, if we are able to substantially cover up syllabus in a manner we want. I always do this. Last few years I have been doing this. July ka last couple of days. If you want, 2 days ka permission you have from me. Now you decide you want 30-31 or you want 31 and 1. What choice I give you. And then this time finance minister has made more complications in our life. Abhi August may be due date. So now you will have to choose July ke August. I will not decide. You all discuss amongst yourself. One person come and tell me class ka decision. 2 days ka permission. That is the reason. I know 25th September, but I promised 30th September. Is that understood? So all past years, today you will file return in office, no? Oh, last year ka return, that will be as per Income Tax Act 1961. You must have filed your recent TDS last quarter ka. May you must have filed. That was as per the old act, though the new act is in force since April. So all past years ka assessment till the time the assessment is going on. Now you all have not studied assessment procedure before in life. You will learn in CA final. You all know maximum return is filed after the year gets over. But after filing of return, income tax department gets activated. They will decide whether to accept the return or send you a notice. So if they send you any notice even now, but for a past year, if they reopen a case of a past year, if a search was conducted, search matlab in income tax law they have not anywhere used the word raid. Raid looks good only when Ajay Devgan is making a movie. Act mein they don't use the word raid. What is the word used? Search and seizure. If a search has taken place in a past year, all those cases and their orders will be completed as per Income Tax Act 1961. Though only for exam purposes, you don't have to study that. I hope it is clear to you. Next point. This will help you to understand. So, हम तेरे question का answer. What was your question? Repeat कर.
Act में तो case laws
You all heard the question? Oh, you all heard the question? इस सपने में सोए. Say it again. Say it again, Soham.
Act में तो case laws कैसे है?
Class full है. Video देता हूँ. You those who don't believe, I'll share the video with you. The third thing says, any circular, notification, case law, any appointment of any IT authority which took place under the old act. IT authority includes judges of the tribunal, judges of the board for advance ruling. There are quite a few authorities that govern the income tax law. All appointments, all circulars, all notifications, all case laws of the old act will continue to remain in force to the extent they are not inconsistent with any new section. And most sections are verbatim, word to word copied from the old act to the new act. So if a case law was for a particular section in the old act, it will apply in the new act as well. We have to learn case laws. So quite a bit to do. And if that was not enough, Finance Act of 2026, Budget of 2026 is your syllabus. Usually क्या होता था for so many years, Income Tax Act 1961 plus recent amendments. Everyone is like, sir, now the act is only new, no? Bro, act enacted in 2025, assented by President in August 2025, will come into force from 1st April 26. Before August 25, between August 25 and April 26, there was February 26, the annual budget day. 128 amendments in the new Income Tax Act. An act which has not come into force as yet. February, it was not in force now. Enacted in August, will come into force from April. 128 amendments in the new act.
एक नंबर की पागल औरत है.
Our respected honorable finance minister thought that मजा नहीं आता, तो let's change. She changed it. How many changes? 128. Sir, will you be covering those amendments? Obviously, because those amendments are applicable for your exam. But now that I have gone through the entire act, the entire study material is ready. Temporarily, I have only provided you the first 5 chapters. I'll talk about study material very soon once I explain your syllabus also. One thing that I have understood by going through the entire new act along with the amendments that have taken place is that the amendments are more in the nature of rectification of mistakes, copy paste wala mistake. And no disrespect now to the respected finance minister, because that can happen with anyone, that can happen with me also, that can happen with you also, rectification of mistake. That is why we have a concept called revised return, because we are humans, we can make mistakes. Let me give you an example of a mistake. See, for example, in the old act it was written that if you file your return late, you will not get 10AA SEZ ka deduction, and you will not get income related chapter 6A deduction. Old act. New act mein chapter 6A has become chapter 8 and SEZ ka 10AA has become section 144. So in the new act, copy paste kiya. They said no deduction under section 144 and no deduction of chapter 8. Not realizing the fact that in the new act, section 144 is a part of chapter 8. So separate mention is not required. No, once you say chapter 8 not allowed, you don't need to write 144 separately. These are the, major 128 amendments and most of the things. एक कोई section में instead of writing clause 1A, she has written clause 1B. वो proofreading का issue, because they were in a hurry कि जल्दी we want to bring the new income tax act. You never know, I may be replaced very soon. So for lifetime I will get the stamp that new act कौन लाया मैं. So once we will bring, then we will think कैसा लग रहा है, अच्छा नहीं, change कर, बोल change कर. Normal people first think and decide, जाने दो, वो decide करके then think के कैसा लग रहा है, etc. So yes, we have to learn those amendments. We will be covering those amendments as well wherever required. To be honest, see, think about your perspective, your POV. Think about yourself. For you, the whole act is an amendment. Still, wherever required. Now, an amendment like 144 is not separately written because chapter 8 it is covered, is not an amendment that I have to now bring to your notice. But wherever an amendment has changed the interpretation of the law, I will tell you about it with effect from this new year. Now, this is what you have to study. That is the reason one wonders, sir, how can one subject take 3 months? Size wise. Heading, dekho, point number 2 of the introduction is subject and syllabus. This is the biggest subject in terms of size. It is bigger than IDT. It is bigger than audit. IBS, so anyways, you are not studying also. Last one day ko dekh lenge, exam ke ek din pehle. That's maximum that you can give or you should give to IBS. FR is big, agreed, but then FR and DT are almost equivalent when it comes to size. And of late, what has happened with AFM, some are like cases, but it's a rare case. And then institute also realized this. People who wrote only 60 marks ka paper got 75 marks. Paper he 40 marks, they got 75. Because for those who are not, if you have not understood ICAI examination pattern and system, so you are not doing good. Matlab, use your brain. We are CS, we manipulate numbers. First decide 15% passing. Then start correction. Oh, balancing figure hai. If you don't know this, so this is surprise. You should know this. Then they start checking. Arey, sab log fail. Okay. Add 10 in all. 15% nahi ho raha, 12 hi ho raha. Okay, then add 10 in all. Now 14%. Add 5 in all. 16 ho gaya. Minus 3 in all. Okay, finally grace marks 20. It can happen. And listen, if it is a very easy paper, don't celebrate. Kौन? Sorry, where was I? Biggest subject in terms of size. Never ending subject. It will take a lot of time. And here, therefore, your attention at all times will be required. If you are doing, solving questions on a subject like AFM, tell me names of 2 chapters of AFM. कोई भी 2 random chapter बोल. Valuation of securities and portfolio management. Mergers and acquisitions भी है. You have forex derivatives. Supposingly you don't know valuation of securities, you can still solve question on portfolio management. Supposingly you don't know capital budgeting, you can still solve question on forex derivatives. I guarantee that you don't know forex derivatives. Black and Scholes. Black and Scholes for. You are wondering how I know all this? CA, bro. Thank God in my FM paper, I had questions on capital budgeting, mergers and acquisition, portfolio management, capital structure. Pass हो गया. Then you don't have to give second time. CA exam का ये है कि you have to pass only once. Once you pass, then they can't fail you. Check कर. समझा ना? तो ladies and gentlemen, it's a vast syllabus. Here, if there is a question which says calculate tax, full syllabus का knowledge is required. You very well know about questions of total income at your earlier level. One chapter का one section you don't know, you will lose your marks. Our study material is comprehensive. It is an open challenge to anybody else in the country. If you can give more questions, or if you give better quality questions, and I don't have anything to prove in front of you because you all have already seen my study material in the past. When it comes to coverage of questions, when it comes to coverage of provisions. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a vast syllabus, and you will have to be with me at all times, physically and mentally. How is our syllabus divided? Let us understand. We have, in the books that I will give you, we have 3 volumes. मतलब textbook एक ही है, because we are Marwadis, तो binding एक ही बार, binding का money I give only once. Within that book, chapters are divided in 3 volumes. Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. Volume 1 is your unrelated topics. So today we are doing introduction. Introduction के साथ we will be learning tax rates. Let me give you the bad news. The first chapter will go on for 4 lectures. Because in the first chapter we are learning tax rates. Tax rates of all assessees, from individual to artificial juridical person. As per old regime, as per new regime. New regime, once upon a time you have studied 115, BAA, BAB, BAC, BAD, BAE. Hello. It is now 200, 201, 202, 203, 204. Section numbers are revised. Most of the data inside them is same, except tax slabs, which obviously change year on year basis. Unrelated topics. Tax rates. I do a chapter, second chapter. I have given you the PDF, some idea you will have. Double taxation relief. After that, we have a chapter, mode of doing transactions. To curb cash in the economy, certain transactions you are not permitted to do in cash. One such thing that you are already aware, in case you have done tax audit in office, you know that cash loans taken of 20,000 or more, या cash loan repaid of 20,000 or more, tax audit report अगर बनाया है, तो you will understand what I am talking about. As an auditor, we have to report it to the income tax department in the audit report. Because acceptance of cash loans prohibited. Then we have a chapter, taxation on non-residents. Now understand what is happening here. If supposingly you have missed double taxation relief and you come in that cash loans ka chapter, or you miss cash loans and you come in that NRI ka chapter, you won't have difficulties. Little difficulty आएगा because introduction में tax rates we have done, and then NRI के chapter में we have to use those tax rates. Little difficulty, but ऐसा नहीं है that you won't understand anything that is happening in class. Unrelated topics. I purposely start the syllabus with unrelated topics because you have to come in flow. You have to understand the dynamics of this subject. That is the reason, and a lot of times it is my observation of the last 16 years. Now that people start attending, they understand about the quality of the class, they go and recommend other people also के अच्छा class है, time से syllabus हो जाएगा, join कर. There are people who take admissions after the batch starts also. And that is the reason I can't start volume 2 first, because then you won't understand. Because when we come to volume 2 is all our related topics. अभी related topics मतलब volume 2 will commence with hierarchy of income tax department, senior to junior, powers of officers in the income tax department, what is CBDT, what is powers of CBDT. ये volume 2 का first chapter है. In the first volume we have 15 chapters. Second volume we have 16 chapters. First chapter मतलब overall में 16. अरे hello, 15 में मतलब volume 2 में then first chapter is income tax authorities and their powers. In that chapter you will be taught that whenever an officer of the income tax department wants, he can send you summons. Summons मतलब please come and be physically present. Can he call you whenever he wants? You have to come. If you don't come, I will come. Next chapter is search and seizure, which starts by this line, that whenever summons in the last chapter are given and the assessing officer is calling you, but you don't go to his office, so he will come and conduct a search. तेरे दर पर सनम चले आए. You've heard this song? नहीं, तू ना आया तो हम. अभी समझा? He will call you. If you don't come, I will come. That is the second chapter, search and seizure. With this, is he collecting data about your case? Next chapter is assessment procedure. How to finally decide your total income and tax on the basis of the data collected. Immediately after assessment, you have appeals. If you are not happy with the assessment, you can appeal against the assessment order. Then there is a chapter called revision. If the department is not happy about the quality of assessments, they can also revise orders. They are all related topics. If you miss 15 minutes ka explanation in IT authorities ka chapter, the first chapter of volume 2, you will not understand the next 5 chapters. Next 5 minutes ya 5 hours nahi, 5 chapters, assessment procedure, 7 lectures ka chapter. Biggest chapter of your syllabus. You won't understand because you've missed some explanation. Hierarchy hai, commissioner of income tax, additional commissioner, joint commissioner, deputy commissioner, assistant commissioner. Now in assessment procedure, there is a provision which says commissioner can give instructions to deputy commissioner. Yeah, if you are not happy with the assessment order, you can appeal with the CIT appeals. Q, because first chapter of volume 2 taught us that CIT appeals is above the assessment officer. You can appeal against someone at a higher level. So, you have a problem with Heath. So, क्या सुजल को appeal करेगा? I am asking you. You will appeal to me. Higher level. You have a problem with me, though? My wife. You will always appeal. One level up. Oh, hierarchy, if you are aware, then you will understand assessment procedure. 15 minutes ko miss karna is also very, very dangerous. That is why we do those chapters, second part of the syllabus. First 25 days till the end of July, we will be doing volume 1 only. And because volume 2 typically comes during the due date, no, I therefore, considering the benefit of students, I decide to always every year, because my date is fixed, I always give last couple of days holiday. You understood whole rationale behind it. Finally, we have our inter ka syllabus. From inter ka syllabus, we have only 6 chapters. That way, intermediate mein you had 5 heads of income, clubbing, set off, deductions. 8 chapters. Why we have 6 only? You know it by now. You know it. Yeah, salary and house property nahi. So we have PGBP, capital gain, other sources, clubbing, set off, and deductions. PGBP, capital gain, every coaching class, every neighboring building is going to cover. Earlier, they never covered these topics also. It was assumed that inter se aapko aata hai. But now they have started covering because competition makes you do everything. But clubbing, set of deductions, nobody is covering. Abhi new act hai, so they start covering. I don't know, but otherwise, clubbing, set of deductions, nobody is covering. I don't want to take any chance because the moment you have a question of calculation of tax, you need to know about the deductions also. See, deductions ke upar direct question will not come because you are in CA final. Understand your level. But they will ask you a question on double taxation relief. International tax, so it will come. 30 marks का dedicated weightage है. तो double taxation relief के question में they will tell you that assessee has contributed to life insurance premium, medical insurance premium of father. Life insurance premium of self is allowed, father का not allowed. Medical insurance premium father also allowed. Hello. 80C has become 123. Just imagine 80C, 80CCC, CCD, 80CCE, 80CCH, 80D, DD, DD. Oh, 123, 24, 25, 26, 27 without using alphabets. You understood this? So we have to learn that chapter also. I will not take any chance. It is my usual observation over so many years that once you come to final, you think that you know everything. Then thereafter you start assuming that parents pagal hai, teachers pagal hai, sab, boss to pagal, always. Everyone around you is brainless. You are the only intelligent person. And thus it is an observation that the moment I enter volume 3, I often see a lot of students now thereafter not attending class. Okay, अच्छा इंटर से लेना मैनेज हो जाएगा. 71 आया था ना इंटर, मैनेज हो जाएगा. सर ये तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल न्यू एक्ट, सेक्शन नंबर न्यू, एंड बाय द वे इवन इफ इट वाज नॉट द न्यू एक्ट, हिम्मत है तो अभी बंक करके दिखा, 11:30 बोला ना, अभी बंक करके दिखा. You can't take chances, and if you want to take chances, I swear I will not come home to receive you. I will come to class and finish my syllabus. Till the time one person comes, I have to come to class and teach. No one comes, syllabus is over. ऑनलाइन वाला बोल रहा है हमारा क्या, हाँ तो ऑनलाइन बैठ के सिलेबस इज ओवर. इज दैट क्लियर? इट इज माय हम्बल रिक्वेस्ट, प्लीज डू नॉट थिंक दैट यू आर टू स्मार्ट because compared to me you are not. Please, I am still with folded hands, I am requesting, please do not start bunking lectures just because you think that inter ka syllabus I will manage. You paid for the class? You paid, so confirm. You have to give CA final at the scheduled attempt May 27 or November 27 as the case may be. Pakka? You sure you want to clear CA? Most of you all cleared inter also first attempt. I am aware of this. Couple of students, एक group रह गया जो भी किया, but second attempt के अंदर तो everyone cleared only. जितना I remember, all of you all. You all want to maintain that winning streak के खाली Snapchat पे streak रखते हो? पूछ रहा हूँ. You all have never seen the F word in your mark sheet ever in life? अभी F नहीं, अभी they use unsuccessful. You all have never seen that in your life? Ever in life? You wouldn't want first time in your life failure ka stamp at this level. And in case you did not clear at that time in the first attempt, you were very sad. Try to recollect that day when you were very sad when you did not clear. You don't want to repeat that. तो मत chances लो ना, पैसा भरा है, sir is coming, everything is happening. What makes you think anything else is more important? How can anything else become more important than this? Why should anything else become more important? You scored. अभी तक you वो HSC 20 to 23 का नो your marks. These I always come and see. These are your marks only. 20 to 23 का HSC जिसने दिया था, वो it is hidden behind. वो अरे वो pamphlet के ऊपर pamphlet, can you say? I know that most of the names are you guys over there. 90 plus in maths, account 99. I see 100 out of 100 in maths and accounts. तो क्यों सीए में आके, सीए में एक तो 9 कैन कम ओनली इन सेकंड डिजिट. टैक्स में तो एटलीस्ट क्लियरली बोल रहा हूं, फर्स्ट डिजिट कैन बी 9 ओनली इफ इट इज सिंगल डिजिट 9. अदरवाइज सीए में 9 कम्स ओनली एज सेकंड डिजिट, बिकॉज एट दैट टाइम you did not give priority to anything. It was same final accounts ka question 15 times you solved, full question was by heart. Then why not now? When you grow, you mature, you need to put more efforts. You can't reduce your efforts. Please make sure that you make yourself better than earlier. I strive to do that. I try to make myself better batch after batch, which does not mean ठीक है sir next batch में आते better. Point. I strive to do that. I'm saying next batch will be for May 28. If that is your objective, then you can come in the next batch. नहीं ना? Hello. तो सुनो, ladies and gentlemen, humbly I am requesting you, please don't bunk when we come to this part of this. Now, sir, these are the 37 chapters that will be covered in the textbooks given to you. Total syllabus में we have 41 chapters. अभी ICAI is yet to release the new study material, which will not happen before December. We can't control them. No, we can always think about what is in our control. So traditionally and historically, there were always these 4 topics, which includes the Black Money Act also, which we have always done from ICAI study material. Always. We will have to wait and watch. नहीं तो क्या होगा? There are these 4 chapters which are hardcore theory. They are not a part of any act, except Black Money Act, of course. Hardcore theory है. I will give you the names of the chapters at an appropriate time. And we will see by that time. You never know, because this time the act is new. Maybe institute comes up with the study material a little earlier than what they always do. Things are changing. The results have been results have been announced in a record time. I'm sure you are aware of that. We never saw CA ka results in June ka month. And I have experience equivalent to your age, bro. Come on, give me the credit of that at least. I have not seen CA ka results itna soon in my entire career. If I add student and teacher together, so I have spent 20 years in chartered accountancy. Things are changing. study material comes jaldi, so accordingly we will stay in touch with the website. If you also find out about study material being released, kindly get in touch with me and I will make an announcement in class with the names of these 4 chapters, which 4 में से एक is black money, because these 37 chapters are income tax only. And the other 3 chapters, whenever appropriate time is there, I'll tell you कि ये 4 chapters download करके PDF लिखिए. Otherwise, books are going to cover 37 chapters. Is that clear? This is how your syllabus is placed. Volume 3 we will be doing last में. So first unrelated topics, then the related topics where everything is interlinked with each other. You can't miss 15 minutes also. And last में the inter का syllabus. This brings me to the next point of my introduction. Let us crack or nullify another mistake which you are making because you are following some influencers. Sir, previous year assessment year is abolished, correct? This is what you have heard. This is what every influencer has told you. It's a lie. ये झूठ है. What if I tell you assessment year is abolished, previous year is not? Previous year has become. So me saying that PYAY not true. Now first of all, PYAY का meaning, PY क्या, AY क्या, इनकम नहीं तो पता चलेगा कि सर year of earning income, previous year में we will earn income, previous year will get over, we will commence or begin, the assessment year will begin. In the assessment year we will calculate our total income, calculate our tax liability, and in the assessment year we will file the income tax return of the previous year. Why is previous year called previous? Because by the time we calculate and file return, it has already become past. So PYAY का terminology was creating confusion. Every time I tell someone, hey, 27, 28, 26, 27, you know what is the counter question? PYKAY. Let's eliminate the confusion. By doing what? PYAY abolished nahi hua hai. AY is abolished. We will stop using the concept assessment year anyway. And PY, year of earning income, that year for which we do calculations, that year for which we file return, that year for which we will get notice, that PY has been renamed to tax year. What is abolished? Assessment year is abolished. Previous year is still there with a new name. Kya? Tax year. Is that clear? Matlab, from today onwards, we will talk about income earned in this tax year or that tax year. Tax year, matlab a period of 12 months, which will start from 1st April every year and which will go on till 31st March of the next year. Income tax is not calculated on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis. Income tax will be calculated on annual basis. At this stage of your life, if I explain this to you, it is an insult to you that income tax, Indian income tax law, Indian fiscal year is not a calendar year. We don't follow year from 1st January to 31st December. I don't have to explain this. India ka financial year is from 1st April to 31st of March. That period, that total period for which we will be calculating our income will be called tax year. Sir, when will we calculate and file our return? Immediately after the tax year. Why do we need a separate term called assessment year? Not required. When will we file? Immediately after the tax year. Succeeding tax year, next tax year. Due date of return filing? 31st July of the immediately succeeding tax year. Why to have confusing concepts like PYAY? So PY has become TY. AY is abolished. Is that clear? By the way, when you studied income tax at intermediate level, you were aware that previous year is a period of 12 months? Hello? There were exceptions in this rule. वो पता है? Do you remember the exceptions? No? I can give you one small hint. I know it won't work, but I'm still giving you the hint. I taught you in clubbing of income ka chapter.
Year starts before December, then
Year starts before December. काय वारेकर?
December के पहले अगर या थोड़ा चल रहा है थोड़ा और फिर मिनिमम 3 years से ज़्यादा होगा.
ना, you are bringing your knowledge of LLP Act and Companies Act. कि first year can be 18 months. गलत है, wrong है. Give me a better answer.
start कभी start first time अगर कमा रहे तो डेट से कब कमाया वो
राइट. एक और था. In case of new business, whenever you start earning income first time in your life, supposingly May 27 students, result will be in July. अभी तो जून में भी you can expect. You start earning income first time in your life somewhere in July 2027. या फिर November 27 students के लिए मे बी January 2027 is when you will start earning income in life. Articleship is not considered as income. First time in life. So your previous year will be from the date of commencement to 31st of March. ये किया था clubbing of income. How do you remember? बोलना. I was taught well. हाँ. Okay. Give me the second exception. Come on. What? So easy to guess, bro. In case of discontinued activity. मतलब last year of your life. First year of your life and last year of your life will be income earning वाला. Will be an incomplete year. Less than 12 months. This will be from 1st April till the date of discontinue. Complete कर देना भाई. From 1st of April till the date of discontinuance. All other years will be a period of 12 months from 1st April to 31st of March. We hereby eliminate the confusion क्या of PYAY from today. Your financial year of earning income. Only one term will be used everywhere in the act. We eliminate the concept of assessment year, and wherever previous year is written, we replace it with tax year. Logically speaking, use your brain and understand. Income Tax Act 2025 comes into force from which year? अबे if you don't know this, no, तो हाँ, तो do you real 1st April? First हर सब कुछ 1st April ही होता है. हाँ ये बोल. So, what do you think is the first tax year of Income Tax Act 2025? 26, 27. Correct? Now I have to tell you two things. One, come back to this. Repeal and savings का section. Income Tax Act 1961 is abolished. ये correct है? All past assessments, reassessments, search, etc. will happen on the basis of old act. Third, all circulars, notification, case laws will be still in force as long as they are not inconsistent with the new act. Fourth, in the entire Income Tax Act, new one, if there is any reference of a past tax year, somewhere in the act they will say tax year 21-22. अब आप बोलेगा सर 21-22 में there was no tax year, at that time it was previous year. So they have added this line that reference to a past tax year means the previous year as per old act. Hello? Example. So everything happens with example. See if you, this will also depend on if you remember this. Okay. If you don't remember, we are going to cover all of this. Long-term capital gains on stock market has given benefit of grandfather. Actual sale consideration will be compared with FMV on 31st Jan 18 because it was 18 ka budget when it became taxable. वो याद है? Actual sale consideration on FMV on 31st Jan 18, whichever is lower compared with actual cost, whichever is higher. Faint memories, we don't worry, LTCG, we will be doing again. सेजल नहीं, निकिता निकिता इज वंडरिंग के सर जो जो इंटर में करा दिया वापस नहीं कराओगे आप? अभी तो बोला वॉल्यूम 3 में आई विल बी डूइंग इट, टेंशन मत लो। यू आर नॉट हियर इन इंटर में। वे 3 साल से तो मैं ही हूँ। योर बैच वॉज द फर्स्ट बैच। हाँ, यहाँ पे लाइव करना। अच्छा, आप उसके पहले वाले, नो प्रॉब्लम, आई विल बी डूइंग ऑल दिस, डोंट वरी। वहां पे यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट एफएमवी ऑन 31st Jan 18। So earlier we used to say financial year 17-18, previous year 17-18. In the new act they have said tax year 17-18. But when they say tax year 17-18, if your reaction is, sir, at that time there was no tax year, so repeal ka section is making it clear. Mention of any past tax year means previous year as per that law. Because tax year only is previous year has only become tax year. What is eliminated? Assessment year is eliminated. Every influencer on the planet has already told you. क्या नए एक्ट में देयर इज नो पीवाई देयर इज टैक्स ईयर? वो रॉन्ग है, टेक्निकली रॉन्ग है, बिकॉज पीवाई है। व्हाट इज पीवाई नाउ? टैक्स ईयर। इज दैट क्लियर? along with the exceptions are copied from the old act. Commencement of new activity and discontinuance, दो ही है। अरे हेलो, आर यू विथ मी? And which is the first, ये first thing था। I told you, no, two things I have to tell you about this. Second question, which is the first tax year? 26-27. So, is May 27, November 27 the first year of the new income tax act? Goes without saying that for May 27 as well as November 27, नहीं तू ही बाकी था। For May 27 as well as November 27, the applicable tax year is going to be the first tax year of the new act, that is 26-27. First tax year is also going to be your syllabus. Why am I telling you this? Suno ध्यान से। When you will give your exam, you will be actually giving exam after March. Hello? So now the tax year in which you are giving exam will be 27-28. But when you are in 27-28, you cannot calculate income of 27-28. Year is ongoing. You can maximum calculate. That used to happen earlier also, no? For the previous year. Abhi we won't call it previous year, we will call it the tax year. So understand the system. Here we have Finance Act of 2026. Kabhi? 1st of February. From this first day of April 2026, two things come into force. One, the Income Tax Act 2025 that was enacted somewhere here will come into force from this date. And second, these 128 amendments, 26 ka budget, they all come into force from this date. But then will there be another budget year in 27? The first question. And second question, will this budget be before your exam? Hai na? But you don't have to study this budget. You don't have to study this budget. You have to study the budget of 2026, the Income Tax Act. I already wrote this for you. The Income Tax Act 2025 and the Finance Act of 2026 is what you are supposed to study for the purpose of your exam. 27 ka budget will not be applicable to you. Let me make it very, very clear. May students never create this trouble. They don't even come and ask this doubt. Problem is with always every year November. See, September and January took place only once. Final में 2025 में they did trial and error, 26 में they realized नहीं जम रहा. Traditionally, historically, it was always May and November. November students का problem है. February में budget comes. They still have more than 6 months. IDTK sir has taught them that last 6 months में anything comes that is applicable. So they come and start asking. Sir, let me make it very very clear. Direct tax का syllabus changes only once in a year. Only once, only once, only once. Once a budget comes. Now, earlier it was applicable for upcoming previous year and calculation in the next assessment year. Eliminate the confusion. Budget will come. It will come for the next tax year. So February का budget will apply from April, which happened in 26 also. Budget came in February, applicable from 1st of April. That budget brought 128 amendments. So Income Tax Act along with that 128 amendment will be your syllabus. Next budget may probably bring some amendments. Probably. Definitely. As long as there are news reports. You never know. You know, students watching the recorded class later, some months later, there can be big change by that time. Today, 1st July 26, that change has not taken place. That one amendment which we are all looking forward to. कौन सा? क्या? Change in finance minister, bro. अच्छा. That one amendment which we are all looking forward to is change in it. I have read newspaper reports that there are proposals of, you never know, today we walk out of class and maybe by this time it is already announced, we are just not updated. The first thing that I will do is होए होए क्या चीज मैं डांस करके बनाया. There cannot be a bigger celebration. Then we can expect maybe there are less amendments or at least there are logical amendments. But whatever happens in 27 ka budget, you don't have to study that. You have to get this thing very very clear. So you have to study which budget? 26. Which tax year is applicable tax year? Very easy for you. First tax year of the act and first attempt. And sir, why is May and November ka syllabus same? Because budget comes once in a year. So 26-27 ka budget is going to be applicable for May 27 as well as November 27. But between May and November there is no new budget, no. After November and before the next May, use your brain. Is there a new budget? Year is changing. In case there is any confusion, let me keep it simple only for you. Direct tax ka syllabus will be new in every May exam. Traditionally and historically also, even if there was the old act, every May exam, direct tax ka syllabus will be new. Hello? Same syllabus will apply for that year ka November ka exam. But May it will always change. May ka students always study the new law. November ka students will repeat that law, which is why May and November ka batches are also done together. Syllabus is taught together. But I can't merge. Think about it. May 28 is basically all the students who passed inter in May 25. They are every day asking, sir, batch kab chalu hoga? I can actually tell them, start attending, no, batch to chalu hoga. It does not make sense because they will have to study 27 ka budget. But then November 28 ka syllabus will be same. You all remember, no, November 23 ka syllabus studied and then May 24 mein when you cleared, syllabus was different. But May 24 ka syllabus was same in September 24 and even Jan 20. You started for November 24, बाद में 2 महीना extra हुआ ना. Hello. So every May attempt नया syllabus होगा. That is why May and November we are merging same budget. Conclude करो. Applicable budget 26. Income Tax Act 25 with the Finance Act of 26 and applicable tax year 26-27. Why is it important to have this clarity in your brain? Because after today, every time I take an example, Mr. X has earned income from PGBP. During the year 26-27, my example will only talk about 26-27 and nothing else. Nothing else. Because that has to be relevant for your exam. And accordingly, the examples are going to be modified. Is that clearly understood by everyone? Now comes a very, very important question that you're looking forward to, especially after I send the PDFs yesterday. Okay, अच्छा सर पूरा बैच ऐसे ही फिर हमको प्रिंट आउट लेना सर तो बैच की फीस में से एडजस्ट करके नहीं that was a trial arrangement. पहले let me explain what are the 5 books that will be given to you and thereafter what is going to be the time duration of the deliverable. सबसे first book is going to be pure theory. Inter में we in the first book itself had theory and questions, but final में the content is inter में 18 chapters, final में 37 chapters. We can't have theory and questions in the same book, so only theory. Wherever required, bare act का language will be used. Wherever required, that language will be simplified. And every single provision of the new act, including the amendments of Finance Act 2026, everything will be covered. That is going to be your first book. This is that book that you have to carry every day to class. Hello. Second, we will be having a class question answer book. You can call it question answer part 1. Roughly 400 questions we will be solving during these 3 months. 37 chapters put together. 400 से ज्यादा क्वेश्चन. बुक comprises of 420 430 questions. क्लास में 400 because there will be पूरे बैच में totally about 20-30 questions that I will give you as homework. Take it seriously, हाँ? नहीं सर अभी हम फाइनल में हैं. होमवर्क दिया तो take it seriously. Yeah, don't take it seriously. आपकी मर्जी. You understand at this stage I can also give that reaction. You want to take it seriously? So whenever I will give, अभी नहीं दे रहा हूँ. Whenever required I will give you. वो भी maximum 5% of the book. Otherwise 400 questions I will be solving in class. That's your class question book. This also you have to bring every day to class. You all remember one thing, that we don't use any study material in class during the theory. We use material only when questions are required. Give me the benefit of doubt in the sense that Income Tax Act 1961, 16 years पढ़ा है, तो after 16 years you don't need any study material. Income Tax Act 2025 is a new law. Inside the content is same, but at least thoda benefit of doubt, because remember, just like you, Income Tax Act 2025, me or any other professor is doing first time only in life, but I am preparing myself good enough that I don't need any material, at least as far as or as long as theory in class is going on. So we will use the study material only for solving questions. Class question का book you will have to bring to class every day. ये 2 book. सर पहले 2 तो सही. It will come when it has to, but you have to carry it to class every day. 3, I will be giving you one MCQ book. Roughly 2000 questions. 2000 questions. MCQs का, only MCQs. Pick up any past RTP, MTP, case study digest, anything that ICAI has released in public domain. Anything. Now they have started releasing, I think, exam questions also. Earlier exam ka questions they were not releasing. They were only releasing RTPs, MTPs. Every single question of ICAI database will be covered in this book. You all remember the question bank of intermediate? 2000 questions will be given. खाली MCQ. Inter में MCQ and subjective together was about 850-900 questions. Only MCQs 2000 questions. See, my job is to give you the best content. How to use it is your efficiency. If you think that I will complete my syllabus, then you will start solving. तो नहीं होगा. If you think that I will complete, then you will start. तो नहीं होगा. This was your objection when you were supposed to give mock test paper also when your inter का batch was over. Sir, 10 days per paper. पागल लोग, 60 days का time है. 10 days per paper मतलब where is the time? तो once the batch gets over, then there will be no time. Study has to be on a regular basis. Ask any rank holder. See, everyone wants to get a rank. No one says it openly. Because if मौर्या बोलेगा, सर मुझे रैंक ला, ठक्कर भी लेगा, मौर्या रैंक लाएगा, ले रैंक लाएगा. The moment you say it in front of your friends that I want to get a rank, your friends will start making fun of you. Don't say it, just do it. You missed a rank by a margin, you missed a rank by a little, you were disappointed, no? You have your last chance to get a rank. Study you will have to start today. Keep that target. You know, everything does not happen in one day. Consistent efforts on a daily basis can make you achieve. Every day, 2 hours, 3 hours. See, you have to find out time. If 10 से 11:30 तक you are free and not doing anything, तो time कैसे मिलेगा that you have to manage? Don't wait till the last moment. तो MCQ book will cover everything. Then we have अभी MCQ का additional question है, तो subjective का भी तो I have to give you because MCQ is only 30%. So we have our additional question bank. You can call it question answer part 2. Roughly 500-600. मतलब you add the class questions and additional question bank, तो कुछ 800-900 subjective question. But this we will cover in class itself. So you don't have to do them again. But if in class you are not efficient when I am solving this question, I will do theory. then I will solve the questions. While solving questions, you don't remember only. Then you have to solve these questions. Otherwise, ये तो आपके practice के लिए. Once again, every MTP, every RTP, past year papers, obviously, answers amended as per Income Tax Act 2025. If that was your doubt, let me make it clear. वो तो assume था वैसे तो, that everything will be amended as per Income Tax Act 2025, and accordingly this question bank will be given to you. Together, these three books will carry roughly 2,700 to 3,000 questions. Now it is an open challenge. Open challenge. Record this video and make it viral. Open challenge to any other class or faculty in the country. Forget about giving this material. Can they even claim? Claim भी नहीं कर सकते. I have done my job. You have to do your job. I will give you the material. Solve करने का responsibility will be yours. You have difficulty, you approach me. You know I am more approachable than anybody else on the planet. At one message, one phone call, at any point of time, ignoring the time of the day, I am approachable. But you have to do your job. Simple. This is what you have to do. Content wise, this happens to be the biggest syllabus that we have understood now, sir. So then we will need one more book. The last book is अपना सबसे hot selling book. पता ही आपको? अरे वो 70s 80s वालों को तो दिया था ना बुक. हैंड रिटन बुक, रिविजन पर्पसेस, लेटेस्ट ट्रेंडिंग मीम्स, हेलो, with colored format. Headings will be in black color, data will be in blue color, amendment will be in red color, section number will be in green color. I am yet to decide about whether I should mention cross mentioning of the past act ka section numbers, whether it will solve problems or create confusion. I am contemplating as yet. Honest confession is that the first two books are ready. You've understood the 5 books. First 2 books are ready. Final proofreading is going on, because there can be new book hai, new act hai, there can be some mistakes. Proofreading ke baad bhi, see, we are all humans, there can be some mistakes. There are so many sections which are word to word copy. Word to word copy kiya na, see, if the section is new, it is completely typed naya. But word to word copy mein sometimes one section gives reference of another section. It is possible that by mistake some old act ka section is written. Last phase of proofreading of both books is going on. Otherwise, the first 2 books which you need in class are ready. Proofreading will get over in a few days. For this is to answer the doubt of those people who are wondering, sir, आप खाली PDF दे रहे हो तो book कब दोगे? हर चीज में doubt के उसमें you have to look at the table. ठीक है, clarify करो. Proofreading के बाद they will go in printing. About 15-20 days का time understand कर लो. By that time, the hard copy of the book will be in your hand. Because we need these books in class. मतलब by that time अपना ये first 5 chapters का PDF I have given you. Till the time that first 5 chapter का study is going on, तब तक you'll get the books. So you don't have to worry about the books. First 2 books. Honest confession is that handwritten book का work I haven't commenced as yet. So I am still thinking about how I should present. अभी आप देखोगे ना तो the new theory book is also in an attractive presentation. Open किया क्या PDF? I sent it late night yesterday. New book का presentation is attractive, just that वो black and white. Hello, I am still deciding. तो ये these 3 books will come later. It can be, during these 3 months. It can be a little later than that. All those who are online or recorded admissions, the books, all the 5 books will be dispatched to you as and when ready at the address that you have provided. All those who are offline admissions will be collecting the first 2 books from class only, because you are coming every day. The remaining 3 books, if they are ready when our batch is going on, so I'll be sending the copies here. You can collect them from here. 5 books will come. 2 books within the next 15-20 days. Remaining 3 books I am not committing any time. Please allow me to understand this much. It is possible that I might have to wait at least for the question bank ICAI का database. ICAI का new material में what they are covering, what they are not covering, वो सब देखना पड़ेगा. So you can't tell me to rush. They will come at an appropriate time. That is why, if you observe, I gave you the Google form yesterday. It also mentioned about your postal address details. In case the batch is over, and I know that there are some people who are traveling from really far, they are coming to class. वो बहुत बड़ा favor they have done. I appreciate and understand the fact that you can't be expected to come only for collection of books. I don't want to waste your time. Courier का charge I will pay from my pocket. I will send the book home. Even for the online वालों को तो देना ही है. Offline students also I will send home. अरे वो Google form में post. In case this is delivered a little late. So you all have filled that form. मेरे को समझ में नहीं आता है that in खाली गूगल फॉर्म फिलअप करने के लिए हाउ मच टाइम यू वांट 48 आवर्स के सर 5 दिन बाद ड्यू डेट कब है आर दीज योर क्वेश्चंस मतलब व्हाई डू आई सी दैट फॉर्म वाज गिवन इट टेक्स लेस देन अ मिनट टू टाइप नेम ईमेल एड्रेस कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर अटेम्प्ट चूज करना है पोस्टल एड्रेस यू हैव टू आस्क योर पोस्टल एड्रेस टू समवन नेम कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर यू वांट टू आस्क योर कितना टाइम लगता है व्हाई हैव पीपल स्टिल नॉट फिल्ड दैट गूगल फॉर्म इधर लेक्चर खत्म होएगा पीपल विल कम सर बैकअप कब दोगे सर वो recording sir you have all these questions how much time you have taken to fill the google form sir ye 3 book kab mila अरे तो google form तो भर please make sure that all the particulars that you have entered are clear we often have situations where couriers come back because student has not mentioned door number or ये road number या ऐसा कुछ अभी डबल courier charge निकाल में मैं इधर भेज दूंगा then you have responsibility to come and collect please ensure that double courier charge I will to try my best that during the batch the books come here only but if they don't तो वो data के हिसाब से they will be dispatched to you so please make sure that you have those who have not yet done please make sure that you have entered all the correct particulars so that dispatch becomes a little easy for my team also I don't have to get involved in that admin work. First 2 books will be given to you very soon and they are the only 2 books that we need in class. Do you understand what is the kind of material that will be provided to you? Exhaustive material, comprehensive material when it comes to content, when it comes to material. Kindly don't run here and there, don't go in the FOMO of herd mentality. Sir मेरी ऑफिस में ये फैकल्टी का रिवीजन वीडियो पीपल आर वाचिंग, मेरी ऑफिस में वो फैकल्टी का ये बुक पीपल है, अरे उसको you show our book. No, you don't have to touch a single material is my commitment to you. For theory, for questions, for anything. And because it is the new act तो रिवीजन का वीडियो तो आई विल माई सेल्फ रिकॉर्ड एंड अपलोड ऑन यूट्यूब ओनली मतलब उसके लिए आई डोंट हैव टू गिव यू अ सेपरेट क्लास और रिकॉर्डिंग ये क्लियर है सो प्लीज मेक श्योर that you don't run here and there for any kind of material. All the material will be provided at an appropriate time. My committed timeline is only for the first 2 books. Till the time we finish the first 5 chapters, tab tak the hard copy will be in your. Baki the remaining 3 books I will let you know as and when. I have to work on the Interca book also because I have to commence their batch also. You understand my, and I have to do other things also. So allow me some time for at least the remaining 3 books. ये study material क्या मिलने वाला है? If that is a forever perpetual confusion, is that also clear? This brings me to the second last part. I'll do it very quickly. Manner of learning, because there are so many things that I don't need to tell you about it. Our batch is going to be from the 1st of July. I am writing what I am committing only. 30th of September. Traditionally and historically, I have always completed the batch by the 25th. I believe in one thing: never do things on time. Always do things before time. My lecture will be. कोई को कैसा पागल है सर, सैटरडे को लेक्चर होगा क्या? कॉर्पोरेट ऑफिस है क्या? देयर ऑल्सो यू गो ऑन सैटरडेज, सम गो ऑन ऑल 4 सैटरडेज. तो क्लास के लिए क्या क्वेश्चन पूछता है? सर सैटरडे को लेक्चर होगा क्या? मंडे टू सैटरडे 7 to 10 वंस इन अ वाइल, नॉट इन जुलाई, डेफिनेटली नॉट इन जुलाई, बट अगस्त ऑनवर्ड्स वंस इन अ वाइल सैटरडे को थोड़ा सा एक्सटेंड करूंगा, 15 minutes 20 minutes डिपेंडिंग अपॉन व्हाट चैप्टर इज गोइंग ऑन, व्हाट इज द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ दैट डे. ओनली ऑन सैटरडेज, no other day. किसी को कोई प्रॉब्लम है? सैटरडे लिटिल एक्सटेंशन. इफ यू हैव अ प्रॉब्लम टेल मी नाउ. इफ यू लेटर टेल मी कि सर ऑफिस का ये प्रॉब्लम है, वो प्रॉब्लम है, आई विल नॉट एक्सेप्ट इट. जुलाई में ड्यू डेट है, आई एम नॉट डूइंग एनीथिंग. अगस्त के अंदर, दैट आल्सो बिगिनिंग ऑफ अगस्त, मिडल ऑफ अगस्त, लिटिल व्हेनेवर इट इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर सिलेबस कंप्लीशन. सी वी रेयरली हैव एनी कैंसलेशन, रेयरली. फॉर एग्जांपल दिस सैटरडे, अरे दिस कमिंग सैटरडे 4th, अभी बता दे रहा हूं कि दिस सैटरडे यू डोंट हैव माय क्लास, बट जितना मुझे पता सर यू विल नॉट हैव हॉलीडे. क्यों सर? आईडीटी का कुछ बाकी है ना? हाँ, तो आई हैव बीन टोल्ड कि अगर कभी नहीं ले रहे हो तो बता देना. तो इन इफेक्ट यू हैव टू स्टिल कम, सेम प्लेस, सेम टाइम, सेम मैनर. सुनो 4th को यू डोंट हैव माय लेक्चर, अदरवाइज मंडे टू सैटरडे होगा. 7 to 10. Sometimes I will extend on Saturdays. Sunday को there will be no lecture, promise, commitment. कभी भी नहीं हो. Never. Okay. If I keep on Sundays, you will say, sir, इतना तो boss भी नहीं करता. So नहीं करो. Promise. Everyone is clear. Even for syllabus completion, Saturday को चाहिए तो say 10 का 11 I will do, but Sunday I will not follow. Sir, like sir, एकदम बात में 15 minutes 20 minutes बोल दिया, 11 बोल दिया. हाँ. अक्षत, संकेत, मौर्य, 7. Mahesh, 7. My lecture will not start at 7:05, 7:10, 7:15, not in 16 years. Never. 6:40 I am in the branch, despite the fact. किधर रहता है शर्मा तू? हाँ? Very far, no? You know where I come from? You know it. 6:40 को I still reach class. Late मत आना. Not because you are thinking के पागल है क्या, हम इतने बड़े हो गए, you will teach us when to come late, when to come on time, when not to. नहीं. Missing anything in tax does not affect only those 10 minutes. Missing anything in tax can affect the next 3 hours. Missing anything can affect the next 3 lectures. In volume 2, it can affect the next 3 chapters. Everything is interlinked. This is the reason. This is the reason. Once in a while, rarest of rare case, last year एक बच्चा था. He came 20 minutes late. I asked why. बोलता sir, it was raining. ना बारिश के सीजन में बर्फ तो नहीं गिरती है ना. You didn't know कि मुंबई में मॉनसून होता है जुलाई अगस्त सितंबर में. तो don't speak nonsense. In a rarest of rare case, once in a while कोई problem होता है, it is still understandable. Don't make it a habit. Please come to class on time. ये time, days, time. Next comes a very very important aspect. Very very important. My lecture will be 3 hours का duration. Proper 3 hours. Okay. I just need from you 20 minutes extra. How many people have to immediately rush to office? कि by the time lecture gets over, तब तक तो ऑफिस का टाइम हो जाता है. कि तो क्या तू ऑफिस में ये कपड़ा पहन के जाता है? इमीडिएटली. आपका तो हमेशा से यार, आपका क्या 3 साल से यू आर कीपिंग सेम प्रॉब्लम. सितंबर तक लेक्चर मेरा खत्म हो जाएगा, मैं क्या करूं? 3 साल पहले 3 घंटा आई यूज्ड टू सिट आइडल ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ हर. आपको याद है? आई रिमेम्बर. सुनो सुनो, नो प्रॉब्लम. फॉर दोज हु डोंट हैव एनी ऑफिस रिलेटेड इशू, wait back in class after 10 o'clock. Go through whatever I have covered with you during the day. Same day 20 minutes. If I take 3 hours, you will take 20 minutes. Mostly to those 20 minutes I will also be here only because my commitment is that your lecture will be uploaded in the drive backup ke andar immediately. Once everyone is done giving, please make sure that abhi ye I don't have to remind this again and again because this time the batch size is big, classroom is full. तो क्या होता है ना कि आई डोंट वांट टू मिस डेटा ऑफ एनी स्टूडेंट, नहीं तो बैकअप डिलीवरेबल एक्सेट्रा लेट होगा. प्लीज मेक श्योर वो गूगल फॉर्म इमीडिएटली आफ्टर क्लास यू फिल. सो आई विल अपलोड इट ऑन द ड्राइव, इट विल बी विजिबल इन द ऐप इमीडिएटली. लेक्चर ओवर, लेक्चर विजिबल. आई विल बी हियर ओनली, सो इफ यू हैव डाउट्स यू कैन आस्क मी. समझ लो, यू हैव टू रश टू ऑफिस इमीडिएटली. तो इन द इवनिंग यू सिट, एट नाइट यू सिट, नथिंग इज वर्किंग. Come at 6:30 here. Class is open at 6:30. Till the time my lectures are going on, everyone knows कि classroom 6:30 को खोलना पड़ेगा. Come here at 6:30, and I want only 20 minutes. After class, before class, night, morning, afternoon. Office में भी तो you don't do anything. No, take my books and revise. Time pass ही तो करते हो. Take my books and revise. Hello. It is my request that you give 20 minutes. What you will realize at the end of those 20 minutes is that by the time my syllabus is over, you have finished your direct text ka syllabus. Now you will only revise and solve mock test papers. 1 week you don't give 20 minutes, that is 7 into 20, अभी 2 hours plus Monday का Saturday तक you won't remember, तो 1 hour. मतलब now 1 week का backlog requires revision of 3 hours. 20 minutes का job you have now shifted to 3 hours. You will never be able to recover from this backlog. Never. Same day, मतलब same day. Very important part. Point number 5 of introduction is what? Hello. Very, very important. Is that clear? So, dates, timing, daily revision. One thing that hasn't changed over the years. Every single thing that I will explain, whether old act or new act, writing. Remember the daily notes we used to write? Chapter by chapter. अब difference क्या होगा? Inter में it was day wise notes. Final में it will be chapter wise. So, if my first chapter is here, ऊपर introduction. So, till the time first chapter tax rates is going on, every day I will come and continue on this page. Chapter will get over, PDF will be saved. Hello, daily class notes. You can take down with me. You can, at the end of the chapter, take the PDF. You can take photocopy from someone who is taking down the notes. Till now, I have not covered anything which requires taking down of notes. But from tax rates onwards, which is the last point of introduction, which is actual official commencement of the chapter and the batch, copying work will be required. Take down in class, take photocopy of some friend ka book, take the PDF at the end of the chapter, because here I will not be able to give you. ऐसा नहीं कि दुबे जी will give pen drive and I will give it to him and then he will circulate. Gone are those days. If that will happen only chapter completion. Daily नहीं होगा. Because here chapter का provisions are interlinked. So we need same chapter on same page. However you keep it, you will need these daily class notes. At least till the time the handwritten book is not. वो handwritten book क्या है पता है? Daily class notes presented in a better format, better presentation, more attractive. Someone told me that just being good is not enough. You need to be good and then look good also. तो handwritten book है. तब तक you will need these daily class notes. Please make sure that you have it with you, because then only 3 hours का revision will happen in 20 minutes. वो theory book में से such a quick revision is not impossible but difficult. So this is one thing that you need to be careful about. Dates clear, timing clear. बोल, लेक्चर कितना बजे है? 7 बजे. सोचना मत कि फाइनल में आया तो सर कुछ नहीं बोलेंगे. समझा? तो पता है मेरे सामने एडल्ट हुआ था. अरे his 18th birthday was his 18th birthday. अक्षत भी हुआ था. His 18th birthday was when my lecture was going on. एम्ब्रोस का भी हुआ था. Quite a few of you. मेरे सामने नाटक नहीं करना. Dates timing clear है. Daily revision is clear. You misinterpreted is not my problem. His 18th birthday was when my lecture was being conducted. Class notes का point is clear. ऑफलाइन वाले को रोज ऑफलाइन ही आना है, ज्यादा पैसा दिया है तो रिकवर इट. डोंट रिएक्ट टू दिस बाय सेइंग अच्छा सर ऑफलाइन का ज्यादा होता है, ऑनलाइन सस्ता. कितना कितना सर? कैंसिल नहीं, नॉन रिफंडेबल है. नहीं, वी आर नॉट गिविंग अ सिंगल पेनी बैक. इट इज स्ट्रिक्टली नॉन रिफंडेबल. हेलो, ऑफलाइन is the best thing that can happen to you. If in a rarest of rare case, I can see quite a few offline students are actually attending online. I will not permit this as a habit. It is only in case of an emergency. You can't use it as a luxury or a privilege or an unrestricted access. I realize you are misusing. I will discontinue this. Zoom के अंदर host rights are with me. Who will be attending, who will be removed from the meet. I can remove you from class also. I can remove you from the meet also. I can put you in the waiting room. I can do whatever I want. Offline students will come offline only. Those who have enrolled for online live or recorded will be obviously online live. In case you are ever attending online live, till now in last 2 hours I have not said this, especially those who are attending online. ये बहुत clearly I am telling you, very very clearly, so that there is no confusion. If your camera is off for more than 5 minutes, you will be in the waiting room. Finish all your जो भी बाकी है, जो कोई कोई ऐसे खाना खाते खाते यू आर अटेंडिंग लेक्चर ब्रो, कोई कोई नहाते नहाते के उधर साइड में रख दिया बाथरूम में, सर बोल रहे हैं, सर बोलो सर, समय लाइक अर्ली मॉर्निंग, ऐसे बेड पे लेटे लेटे एक टांग पे दूसरा टांग, हेडफोन लगा, नेटफ्लिक्स चालू है, लेक्चर है, you need to sit properly, correctly in one posture at one place, avoid distractions. That is how online study takes place. When I tell you that camera has to be off, not because I am interested in your background, I am least bothered. People are throwing utensils at each other, I mean मेरे को फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है, I am not interested, I am not interested. अभी आपको थोड़ा बहुत टेक्नोलॉजी आता है तो you know in Zoom you can blur your background, I am least bothered about it. I just need to see your faces whether you are attentive in class or no. 5 minutes से ज्यादा if your camera is off, you will be put in the waiting room. I will not give any prior announcement or warning. If you suddenly find yourself in the waiting room, so you understand कि action has been taken against you. उसके 10 minutes के बाद I will again put you in the class, provided कोई कोई waiting room से खुद ही चला जाता है. Just imagine me telling someone leave the class. 10 minutes बाद I will call you back, but you are like चल जा अभी घर ही जाता हूँ. So that's a difference. Then if you leave, that's your problem. 10 minutes के बाद I will make you re-enter the class. Again, if your camera is off, now I will not put you in waiting room. Remove from meet का मतलब होता है in that same meet now you can't log in again. So camera has to be off. Or sorry, on at all times. Camera has to be on at all times. Online वाले के लिए. As far as your recorded backup is concerned, because I think one of the days when your IDT lecture was going on, I had come to class थोड़ा सा मार्केटिंग करने के लिए all the way, तो हाँ बेनिफिट हुआ उसका. I told you on that day, and I am a man of commitment. Lecture will get over. It will be immediately uploaded in the drive because the encryptor, the software, everything is in my laptop only, the same laptop in which the recording is happening. Either I put the stop button and immediately I upload it. So till the time it gets uploaded, sometimes file size is big, so it can take 30-40 minutes, sometimes 20 minutes. I will be here only, which is why I recommend if you don't have office issues, you stay here only and revise. Then you can have discussion with me. Is that clear? Office issue होएगा तो you leave, but then you revise 20 minutes you have to give. And immediately after class, hey सुनो 3 महीने में about 5-7 days I am allowing you to come online. So in 3 months there will be some 5-10 days when I have to rush somewhere, and I may not be able to upload the lecture immediately. Once in a while it can give me also that luxury, please. Once in a while, but same day the lecture will come, same day. It won't be the next day for sure. Is that clearly understood? So your lecture will be visible on the drive in a rarest of rare case. Humble request, not to miss any lecture. Don't come to me with a stupid statement, sir. Office में outstation का audit है, तो I have to go to outstation. Today only you go and tell your office next 3 months I will not be able to go anywhere. Say someone is unwell at home, say some problem is there, don't take my name. You have to be very, very strict and rigid about it. See, office people will make you do if you don't protest. I will extend your class every day by 30 minutes till 10:30. I will take you every day without any break. You don't protest, so it will be implemented. If something is wrong, so you have to object. If you don't object, so it will be implemented. Office में they can't exploit you unless you allow them. You have permitted, that is why they are exploiting. समझ गए? Today you tell them next 3 months no outstation audit. It is too late for you people. I now say this in every inter-class that I go. Don't select a firm for articleship by looking at the firm. Firm देख के articleship मत करो. Look at yourself. Your problem is no, firm अच्छा है, तू खुद अच्छा है. You don't make me offend you. इंटर में 6 पेपर्स मर के रो के, ऑडिट में 40, लॉ में 40, थैंक गॉड टैक्स में मार्क्स आया, नहीं तो जाके चेक करो मार्कशीट इंटर का. वो चेक फुल मार्कशीट में आईएएस वाज टैक्स में नहीं आया होता तो इंटर में अटेम्प्ट लगता, मालूम है. एंड फर्म नहीं बड़ा बिग 4. Every day you're doing stat audit, still failing in audit only. Look at yourself. इंटर में रिकॉर्डिंग बैकअप था क्या? आई गेस you missed maybe one lecture, two lectures, backup दिया. In 3 years you haven't watched that backup. मिस लेक्चर का ये यू देखो सॉरी फॉर द लैंग्वेज, लेकिन अपनी औकात देखो ना. यू कैन नॉट वॉच लेक्चर. मेरा कमिटमेंट है, इट विल बी अपलोडेड, आई विल अपलोड इट. यू प्लीज कम टू क्लास. दैट इज बेटर. टेल योर फर्म आई एम नॉट अवेलेबल in case you are on an outstation audit, but after saying all this also, it is if things are not in your control, lecture will be uploaded. देखने का duty is your duty. Next day you have to be at par with the batch by watching the lecture and the revision of 20 minutes. This much is required from you. मेरी तरफ से whatever is required I am giving you. What is required from you, ये इतना है. If you follow every instruction that I am giving, then I am responsible, and I take responsibility right up to the exam date. Irrespective of how big someone else's brand is, if a teacher does not solve doubts of the students, why are you paying that teacher? You have to send an email and some assistant will reply after 7 days. इधर मेरा पर्सनल व्हाट्सएप नंबर इज गिवन टू एवरी सिंगल स्टूडेंट. व्हाट्सएप पे पढ़ा ही नहीं, दूसरी चीज भी आई रिप्लाई. एंड यू हैव दैट प्रिविलेज के रैंडमली यू हैव कॉल्ड मी फॉर ऑल अनरिलेटेड पर्पसेस आल्सो, एंड आई हैव आंसर्ड दैट क्वेश्चन. I will be with you till the last day before exam, but you have to follow my instructions. I will be responsible only as long as you are following what I am saying. If you refuse to follow my instructions, I am not responsible for anything. I hope you are understanding मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ. Okay. Last and final thing in manner of learning. Most of the things very simple and basic. You understood. This is something that is most concerning for you. Sir, ये 3 घंटे के लेक्चर में ब्रेक होगा. Most important aspect, है ना? सर अभी तक यू हैवंट स्पोकन ओनली, अभी तो दिया भी नहीं सर, अभी कब दोगे? गुड क्वेश्चन. व्हाट डू यू थिंक? ब्रेक इज रिक्वायर्ड, नॉट रिक्वायर्ड? ठीक है, ठीक है. क्या होता है पता है? अभी यू डोंट जस्ट हैव टू बी अ गुड टीचर फॉर हैविंग मोर एडमिशंस. पीपल विड्रॉ एडमिशंस बिकॉज सर ब्रेक नहीं देते. तो इमोशन में आके फाइनेंशियल लॉस नहीं करता. Two things we can do when a chapter is very easy. We take the lecture from 7 to 9:45. 9:45 को whatever concept is going on, we finish it, wind it up by 9:50, and I leave you guys. तो वो 20 minutes के रिवीजन का भी टाइम होएगा. On those days we won't be having any break. But 9:45, 9:50 के बाद we won't start anything new. So officially तो you have to sit in class till 10, तो वो 20 minutes का रिवीजन का जॉब इज ओवर हियर इटसेल्फ. बट देन देयर विल बी ओकेजन, स्पेशली वॉल्यूम 2 होगा ना. वॉल्यूम 2 इज हार्डकोर थियरी. यू डोंट नीड कैलकुलेटर्स फॉर 6-7 चैप्टर्स. जस्ट इमेजिन टैक्स के सब्जेक्ट में देयर वोंट बी एनी कैलकुलेटर. बजट बढ़ा दिया क्या? 2 कब से देने लगे? दे दो, चलेगा. परक्यूसेंट. अरे आप करके जाओ ना, मेरे को क्या बोल रहे काउंट करो. आप करके जाओ ना यार. ही विल काउंट. अपन काम पे फोकस करते हैं. सुनो ऑन दोज डेज व्हेन वी आर डूइंग समथिंग very heavy, that day we will take a break of 10 minutes. 10 minutes क्या? You say 15, I am okay with 5 minutes का ब्रेक होएगा तो I will still leave you at 10. If you say 10 minutes का ब्रेक तो 10:05, 15 minutes का ब्रेक तो 10:10. 5 minutes से ज्यादा कुछ भी ब्रेक होएगा that will be extended in 10 o'clock. That much flexibility you should also give. अब ये मत बोलना सर ऑफिस का प्रॉब्लम है, ये प्रॉब्लम है, वो प्रॉब्लम है. सर मेरा लिए बिना ब्रेक दूसरा, it can't work that way. It will depend on that day का, that chapter का heaviness. Today we haven't studied anything which requires a break, bro. समर लाइक सर कल से ही आना था, स्किप इंट्रो का बटन ही नहीं है. All this was required. If we did not have this discussion, no, so maybe things will not be as smooth as you would expect them to be. And as a consequence, this is where about the break I have already told you about the manner of learning. So who is the faculty? Aware? You were aware. Still, I had to tell you about it. What is the subject? What is the nature of the subject? Act में what amendments you have to study? Study material, manner of learning. Previous year is there in the form of tax year. Assessment year is abolished. Everything done. That's the end of the actual introduction wala point. Then last thing in the introduction, and this thing that we will start now will go on for the next 3 lectures, because old regime new regime of all assessees we will finish here. Inter में क्या होता है, I can't make you learn tax rates at the beginning because you don't know computation of total income. Correct है? So we finish NTTI, then we learn tax calculation. Final में ना the approach is different. You have to, in the second chapter of the textbook, you have a question, calculate tax liability of the assessee. So the batch has to commence with tax rates. I swear, बोलो किसका कसम खाओ? Neighbor's wife. I swear. Before 2020, this chapter, including tax rates, used to get over in the second lecture itself. That also because first lecture में there was so much of introduction. 2020 में she announced new taxation regime. Hello. 2023 में further amendments were done. Lots and lots of amendments. Company का new regime, individuals का new regime. So many deductions and exemptions to be foregone in the new regime. Everything is a part of now this first chapter. So while your mind will probably say कि sir क्या खाली tax rate सिखाने के लिए sir you are taking 4 lectures, but the size is very very big, and plus we are doing all assessees का old regime as well as new regime. So after today, if there is any question on tax calculation, you have to use knowledge of this first chapter. Are clear हुआ? Which is why last part of the introduction, and if you open the first chapter का PDF, not required, मतलब whenever you will open and see, so you will realize first chapter का theory starts with tax rates, because that is what is relevant for exam. तो वो जो notes writing का job starts, it starts from here. You're not supposed to write faculty का experience in your notes. Notes writing का job will start from here. Do you understand this? We are going to learn, ladies and gentlemen, tax rates for the tax year. Tax year 26, 27. Tax rates for the tax year 26, 27. Hello. These tax rates are applicable whether your exam is May or November of 2027. May 27, November 27, syllabus is going to be absolutely same. Same tax year, same provisions, same income tax act, same budget. New budget will apply in May 28 का exam. Hello. अभी September Jan नहीं है, it is May and November. हाँ. We will have to learn tax rates assessee by assessee, because tax rates are different for different category of person. This brings me to another question that you will have to answer. You answer as per Income Tax Act 1961. कोई problem नहीं. कोई, I'll give you the modification. In the definition of person liable to pay tax, in income tax law, there are 7 categories. Person liable to pay tax. What are those 7 categories? Individual, HUF, partnership firm including LLP, companies, that includes domestic companies, foreign companies, everything. AOP, BOI, group of persons who have come together for a common purpose or goal. Local authority, artificial juridical person. 7 categories. New Income Tax Act also has a definition of person. How many categories? 7. ऐसे change. If you want to understand the change, you change. Section 2 में define किया ना person. Section 231 has become 277. You are not supposed to, sir, के clause number कर, तो clause number क्या, section number तो कर. Hello. Section 2 has still defined person and coincident, and it was going to be same 7 categories. Problem ये है that tax rate of every person is different. Basics तो you know, no individual HUF slab rate, company form flat rate. So we have to learn tax rates person by person. First problem. Second problem, we have to learn tax rates of 7 persons twice. Few old regime and new regime. Now you know why only tax rates will go on for so long. Knowing the mentality of today's generation CA students. 3 lecture tax rates. अभी अगले वीक में आता हूँ सीधा. The tax rates तो I will manage. PDF देखा ये old regime new regime जम गया. There are some अंदर का subtle points that you will never understand by yourself. Then you will bunk a lecture, come for clarification. 2 gali, then 1 clarification. Why did you bunk lecture? There has to be some really strong reason. Doubt I will solve. Uska na nahi. But before that, be mentally ready. You know, this much control I can, today I feel so satisfied in life that this much control I can exercise, because barring these few students, every single student, I have seen you becoming an adult right in front of me. I have controlled you, so I can still control you. Thankful. I am assuming that. हर्षवर्धन तो ये मत बोलना सर, मेरे को नहीं कंट्रोल कर सकते. I am assuming that I can control. So, ladies and gentlemen, tax rates भी है ना. New regime में some exemptions and deductions are disallowed. Hello. If I tell you that section 45 and section 46 का deductions will not be allowed. But then if I tell you section 45 scientific research and section 46 specified investment link deduction, wo scientific research was 35 and investment link deduction was specified businesses, 14 businesses. Warehousing of agriculture produce, cold chain, hospital with 100 beds per patient, 14 businesses. 35 D AD our deduction 35 AD 45 and 46 है. So your overconfidence can kill you. Hello. So yes, for today's remaining time and the next 3 lectures, we will be completing tax rates as per old regime as well as new regime. We will start to keep things simple for you, to bring you in the zone. We will start first with old regime. All assessees in the old regime. Study the old regime start to end. Finish old regime assessee by assessee. And once we finish old regime, we go and learn tax rates of every assessee in the new regime. When I say every assessee, so we will have to do one by one. First assessee, the easiest of all, your tax rate, my tax rate, we all fall here. Tax rate of individuals. Mitro, tax rate of as per the old regime. Individuals in the old regime are divided into 3 categories. Whenever I do this part, no, I have a tendency of being a little fast. In case you have trouble understanding anything, immediately interrupt and tell me to slow down. Because if I go too slow here, you will get bored. क्या पता है मालूम है individual का 3 category. चल, you only try. Let it be wrong. Let it be wrong. I am not assuming that you know anything from it. I am assuming that you have forgotten everything from intermediate, and I know you are thinking, sir, assuming. You can't assume reality. So I am assuming you have forgotten everything after intermediate. Try Corona, let it be wrong. Not trying is not acceptable. Category A, category B, category C. A is less than 60, 0 to 59 years. So what is B and C? Senior citizen, 62, 80, 9, 79. Why? Because 80 and above will go in category 3. Super senior, very senior citizen. Correct? Matlab category A will have normal individual. Obviously, it does not mean B and C are abnormal. Which basically category A means anybody who is not covered in. Anybody who is not covered in category B and C specifically will fall in. Be a little loud, bro. I have been married for 12 years. I can't understand when someone is talking softly. Resident, wrong hai. Because resident ka requirement is year and year. These guys can be, I will write very soon, these guys can be non-residents also. तो सुन, नॉर्मल की जगह पे इफ यू वांट टू, अभी भी डायरी रखता है क्या? डायरी में लिखता है सब। नॉर्मल की जगह पे यू हैव द फ्रीडम टू राइट एनीवन एक्सेप्ट बी एंड सी। You understood? Anyone who will not fall in B and C will fall in A. Correct? है? First of all, what is B? Who is B? Anybody who is a senior citizen, we give tax benefit to our senior citizen. Senior citizen say we will take lesser tax. And anybody who is very senior, some authors also say, कौन से ऑथर का बुक यू नीड टू परचेस? हाँ, सिद्धार्थ सुराना. You don't have to purchase also. Look at the coincidence. Once you have enrolled in class, no, all the books का cost, backup का cost, everything is covered in class enrollment. We don't charge. We don't believe in charging separately. Someday you come and ask me, you know what other coaching classes do? चलो बैच खत्म, now buy our test series. अरे बैच खत्म मतलब टेस्ट भी you only have to conduct, no? I know of some neighboring buildings here. Now बैच खत्म, you want to come and sit for revision, we have a library, pay library का fees. Here we have a separate classroom, empty classroom. AC नहीं मिलेगा, free है. Fan you can use, light you can use, full day you sit and study. So much facilities given. Are you aware of that? Office में भी you are not doing anything, so sit here and study. We have a separate classroom for you. We have all the facilities. Once I finish the batch, I can keep a seminar of the 10 best things for becoming successful in CA exams. Start with 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. One is writing of mock test papers. You write till you die. You die. No one cares. Except your immediate family, no one cares. No one cares. Die, but don't stop writing. Because no one cares. Unless and until you have achieved something in life, no one cares. And if you want to be successful, if you want to, sir, first attempt में inter हुआ तो final also. Sir, inter could not do in first attempt, but final I will 100% do. Sir, inter में I did not get a rank, but final में I want to. एक solution. Right. Because marks you get by writing on a blank paper. You get a question paper, you get a blank answer sheet. You have to fill that sheet by looking at the question paper. That is the pattern of exams. You get stuck in every question. ए यार, इसमें surcharge आएगा क्या? ए check करना check. Every time you fail to exercise restraint, ज़्यादा English. Every time you lose your control. Every time you get stuck. If you have the habit of going and reading the solution, you are inviting trouble. Wrong solve कर. Make the mistake, finish the solution. Then check the answer. And wherever you went wrong, उसको red color से mark कर दो. अच्छा, ये question मैं forgot surcharge. अच्छा, ये bro ऐसे से पागल है cess भूल. Surcharge you can still forget. How can you forget cess? एक ही तो rate है throughout the law. Same as what you studied 4% on your tax. How can you forget that? Hello. Question started. Mr. X resident age 62 years. Then data. Last में compute tax. Or 62 given first line. You need to know. You have to calculate as per this. You forgot. Wrong deductions because senior citizens get higher deductions. Wrong basic exemption. And all that will add up to the marks that you have lost. Writing practice is the only solution. Only solution. So do everything in writing. There is a secret theory if you want to perform good. ये जो 20 minutes I'm asking you to give, how to utilize these 20 minutes is your choice. But there is one secret that I can share with you, and final में it is required. Not that you don't react to this by saying, sir, inter में क्यों नहीं बताया? Final में it will be required more than intermediate. Revise. हो गया revision. Close the book. Take another blank book. Write whatever you have revised. Revise. ये आता है. Right? नहीं आता है. When you write, you realize you don't know. Notice किया, observe किया कभी? That is called the learn and recall theory. So blank paper पे write to the extent you can write, जितना possible. समझा? So you will stop making these small mistakes. Individuals are divided in three categories. Some authors की book में they write very senior, some authors say super senior. However you are comfortable. As your age increases, your tax will reduce. मतलब highest tax will be paid by category A. B will be lower than A. C will be lower than B, obviously lower than A. Senior citizen means any person who is of the age 60 years and above. Any person who is of the age 60 years and above. Greater than or equal to लिखा ना ब्रो, तो एंड अबव लिखना नहीं पड़ता है. क्या कर रहा है भाई? That is why I tell you that at final focus on not just learning in English. Talk to your friends. Now after class don't say उद्या किती वाजता येणार. What time can I expect you tomorrow? What is your ETA? Hello? Greater than equal to 60 is same as 60 and above. लिखा? You all wrote it? Bracket close किया? नहीं? With 3 years में nothing you have learned then. नहीं? Because this has to be less than 80. The moment you touch 80, you will go in the third category. So let us not just learn the law, but also find out where are the places where people go wrong. Places of going wrong. समझो जरा please. If you day one tell yourself more than 60, more than 80, more than 60, more. If you have saved this in your subconscious mind, you will always go wrong. It is not more than 60. To get the benefit of senior citizen, B will be having lesser tax than A. To get the benefit of very senior citizen, C will be having the lowest of the three. You don't have to cross 60 or 80. You have to touch. Equal to 60, equal to 80 will also make you eligible for savings in tax. Cross नहीं करना है. You don't have to cross it. Equal to 60 will be eligible, equal to 80 will be eligible. Do you understand this? Do you understand? लिखा मोरिया 3 साल से तुमको मालूम नहीं that if sir has left some space, लिख दिया. Whenever income tax law gives any benefit to senior citizen, it is never senior. It is always resident senior. Resident senior. There is no benefit for senior citizens. The benefit is for resident senior citizen. Do you understand this? मतलब someone who is of the age 0 to 59 years will fall in this category. Bro, if a non-resident is of any age 100 years also will fall in this category. Because category B and C are not senior and super senior. वो wrong है. Correct क्या है? It is not senior. It is resident senior. Resident super senior. And for becoming senior or super senior, you don't have to cross 60 or 80. You just have to touch 60 or 80. मतलब 0 to 59 है. This is, now if you understand, 60 to 79 and this is 80 and above. Exact 60, exact 80 का discussion is clear. 60, 80 का benefit will be given only and only if you are resident. Is that also clear? पक्का? Non-resident will always fall in category A. Is that also clear? Mr. X, non-resident, 90 years. A, B के C? A. C कौन बोला? A. Non-resident, 100 years also, category. Is that clear? First thing. Second thing, equal to 60, equal to 80. There's one last thing. Acha, by the way, whatever I have done till now, honestly, admit, were you aware of this even before I taught you? कि BNC is not senior or super senior, it is resident senior and resident super senior. You were aware of this? मैंने किया था इंटर, सेम है. This has not changed. Old regime has not changed in the last 5 years. That so whether your inter was November 23 or May 24 or September 24 or Jan 25, same है. New regime does not have categories. New regime में all individuals fall in one category. Same slabs for everyone. We'll talk about it later. अभी there is one question still remaining to be answered. One unanswered question अभी भी है. Noteworthy question. That सबका बर्थडे comes on 1st April only, no? नहीं. I'm asking you. Everyone's birthday comes on 1st April. नहीं. मौर्य कौन सा? 10 अक्टूबर ना. 10 अक्टूबर. देख मैं राइट है यार. मैं ब्रो, someone who can remember full income tax act, old वाला न्यू वाला दोनों. अभी मैं थोड़ा डिलीट करके लिमिटेड स्पेस ब्रो, ओल्ड वाला डिलीट. भाई ओल्ड इनकम टैक्स एक्ट का लास्ट सीए इंटर का बैच इज गोइंग ऑन January 27. हम 3-4 लेक्चर्स आर रिमेनिंग. वंस दैट इज ओवर वो डिलीट करो. और बर्थडे याद है 10th अक्टूबर था, राइट गेस किया. तो मौर्य तेरा 2005 इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग. परफेक्ट. तो if I take you to the previous year 65-66, now not previous year, my bad, sorry, tax year 65-66. So when this year started, Maurya, you are 59 years अगर समझ में आता है. 2000 के 60 years बाद 65 आता है. 2005 के कैलकुलेट कर लो, कैलकुलेट. If you were born in 2005, तो your 60th birthday will come in 2065. कभी आएगा मौर्य? मौर्य इज लाइक सर इंटर में भी मेरे को ट्रोल किया, फाइनल में भी मेरे को. Who tells you to come and sit right in front of me on the first bench? लेट नहीं आने का ना, कल से जल्दी आना. गो एंड सिट भी इधर बैठेगा तो यही होगा. हाँ मौर्य. तो डू यू रियलाइज दिस इज योर 60th बर्थडे? यहां तक यू वर 59 years old. Here you were 60 years old for this remaining period, few months. You understand, Maurya? Last year you will fall in category A only because full year it was 59. Next year you will fall in category B only because you've crossed 60 now. वैसे भी you don't have to cross, you have to touch. Is this the date when you touch 60? तो ये year 65-66 के लिए we will put you in category A or B. ये question है. And same explanation also applies on your 80th birthday. हमें 60 के लिए I explain, 80 को same thing is applicable. Question some? You know the answer. You know the answer. What will we do? In the year of your 60th or 80th birthday, what will we do? Question ye. Will we give you the benefit of category B and C? Yeah, proportionate. इतने income tax is calculated on full year का income. तो how will we calculate? यही तो question है. You understand the question? How will we calculate? B में. मतलब if your birthday comes at any time during the year, still will you give benefit of category B? For 60th birthday, 80th birthday, bro, forget 10th October, December, Jan, March, anyone, March का birthday, March, which March? टारगेट पूरा कर रहे थे. ईयर एंड के पहले टारगेट पूरा. 29 March. अबे डोंट से के सर आप तो ऐसे नहीं थे, यू नेवर मेड these kind of jokes. बट अभी ऑल आर एडल्ट्स, तभी माइनर कितने सारे माइनर थे. तो एट इंटरमीडिएट लेवल आई एम अ लिटिल केयरफुल. फाइनल में भी आए हैं मतलब. हाँ तो बारेकर सुन, 29 मार्च को आई एम अज्यूमिंग 2005, तेरा एक आध ऊपर नीचे होएगा, ठीक है. हमने मतलब मैं पूछ नहीं रहा हूँ. हाँ, whichever year is your 60th birthday, 29th March, मतलब you were 60 years only for 2 days. Same 80 years only for 2 days. And 31st March भी होएगा. Supposingly Varekar, your birthday was 31st March 11:59 PM time of birth. You were 60 years only for 1 minute. अबे टाइम ऑफ बर्थ दिया ना 11:59 PM, तो 1 minute. 80th birthday also 1 minute. So will you give the benefit of category B and C? हाँ We are assuming resident. देख non-resident है तो story is over long ago. Where will you go? Category A में. So this discussion is with assumption that, come on bro, this is a discussion on an assumption that you are resident. Correct है? क्या rule है? You have to not cross 60 or 80, just touch. Equal to भी चलेगा. At any time during the first time in my career. TY. मजा आ रहा है? You have to do that only what you're doing since so many years. But people are like, sir, नए एक्ट में भी इतना perfect. कुछ भी बदला नहीं है as such. At any time during the tax year. Hello? You knew this? You knew this? We did this. At any time during, but earlier we used to write any time during the PY. Now you understood AY is gone, PY has become TY. At any time during the TY. मतलब 31st March of the year end, जिसका you are doing calculation. Your exam का year is 26, 27. If 31st March 27 is the 60th or the 80th birthday, I have written under both. अरे दोनों के नीचे लिखा है. So the explanation is for both categories B and C. If 31st March is also your 60th or your 80th birthday, you still get the benefit of category B and category C. ये क्लियर है? लिखा ब्रैकेट क्लोज नहीं किया? नहीं. There is some more twist. छोटा सा twist. Supposing if full TY you were 59. Yeah, 79. Based on we are discussing or dealing with category B के category C. Full TY you were 59 या 79. Your 60th or 80th birthday comes in the next year, 1st April. Still we will make you eligible. Don't look at me with those faces. This also we have done in India. Just that 1st April of the assessment year we used to write. Now we can't say AY, we will say 1st April of the next year. ठीक है. Assuming you don't know anything from inter, अभी understand करो. Your birthday is 1st April. मतलब 31st March of the previous year, you still don't have your 60th birthday. Next year will start on 1st of April. 26, 27 के example से. This is 26, 27. When was your birthday? What is your birthday? 1st of April. Is this beginning of the new year? Is this 1st of April your 60th or your 80th birthday? Hello? So ये full year you were 59 or, but still for this year we will give you the benefit of category B and C. Assuming, of course, primary condition है that you have to be a resident. I don't want to sound repetitive. वो तो obviously, but once you are a resident, you will get the benefit. Even if your birthday comes on 1st day of the next year. Surprising? Let me remind you, you are a chartered accountant. And whenever something is taxpayer friendly, don't raise doubts. Chupchap accept it. This rule will bring B and C wala benefit 1 year earlier than others. Think about it. Technically speaking, if 60th birthday is falling in the next year or 80th birthday is falling in the next year, then I should get the benefit in the next year. But they are giving me in this year itself. Benefit mil raha hai. Take it and go home. Chartered accountant. Take the benefit, go home. Relax kar. You are understanding? Hello. They have rational. Nothing is bigger than logic. Logic से बढ़ा कुछ नहीं. Rational है. Logic है. We've discussed in the past, but we are now assuming that you don't remember anything from the past discussion. तो सुनो. When you were born on 1st of April, you are 1 month old on 30th April. 1st of May is beginning of 2nd month. So you have completed 1 month on the last day. 31st May ko you are 2 months old. 1st June is beginning of 3rd month. So no, if you were born on 1st of April, you are 1 year old on 31st March. You are 1 year old on 31st March. 1st April, your birthday is the beginning of second year. हाँ, we are Marwadis. तो at home we often say कि 30 पूरा हुआ, 31 लगा. And I guess all communities do that. Now you understand the rationale behind it. Birthday is beginning of the next year. So your year is completed one day pehle. So if your birthday is on 1st of April, that means you have completed 60 on 31st March. Yeah, 80. Which is why on that rationale, they are permitting this. Nothing is bigger than logic. We still stick to that same philosophy. We will not just learn the law, understand the reason behind enactment of provisions in the law. This was a CBDT circular many years ago. Yes, sir, many years ago, new act. Bol. Anything which is not inconsistent with any provision of the new act, whether it is an old circular, notification, case law, will continue to apply. Section 536 repeal provisions. Understood? The interlink here itself. So effectively we have, kya bro? Come on. 3 categories. Category A, 0 to 59 years and non-residents of any age. Category B, 60 to 79, anytime during the tax year. Or 1st April of the next tax year, as long as you are resident. Category C, 80 and above, anytime during the tax year. Or 1st April of the next tax year, once again, as long as you are resident. Is that understood by everyone? Pakka, 100%. We have understood the 3 categories. Oh, tax rates nahi hua hai. Now under these 3 categories, we have to understand the itna common sense you will have that now anything that I teach you here is tax rate of category A, that is 0 to 59 non-resident at any age. This will be 60 to 79 resident, this will be 80 and above resident. You understand the presentation here? ऐसे करके we will learn tax rates as per suno individual old regime, then other assessees old regime, then all assessees new regime. Now you know why only tax rates take so much time. Bro, everyone is clear? Pakka, 100%. I am a man of commitment and honor. Promise wala. Agar break nahi diya, so when an existing concept is going on, I won't create or start a new concept after 9:50. And also it is the first wo baat alag hai ki today unfortunately we lost quite some time because of technical issues, but because I have come here after a lot of months, so thoda system set karne mein, it won't happen from here onwards. Now what is the expectation? Honestly speaking, now you understand कि today revision is 1 minute, because this is where तुम revise मत करना faculty 16 years. You have to start revision from, but that is only for today's lecture. Secondly, remember, till the time I am talking, no, if I see you putting your pen in the bag, putting your books in the bag, मैं 10 बजे छोड़ूंगा. You can't pack till the time, मारू? You can't pack till the time I am talking. समझा? मित्रों, only 1 minute का revision and we continue in tomorrow's class. अभी कोई introduction नहीं है. First minute से we are going to learn tax slabs, special rates, rebate, surcharge, cess, then other assessees, full old regime, then all assessees, new regime. That's the agenda for the next 3-4 days. Samjha everyone? I'll see you guys in tomorrow's class. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.